Alrighty, I think everything is set up. Here. Alright, I just went ahead and preemptively restarted Voicemeeter because I figured that there's a non-zero chance I was going to sound like a robot. It happens, and can't tell when it will. I probably should put my phone on the charger. This thing is not supposed to be at 15%. It happens, it happens. How is everybody doing? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Let's see here. So, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the world, right? We're gonna be on the black screen for a sec while I go ahead and do that. Oh, does this just... Huh. Okay, that's funny. Okay. We're gonna hit play. I decided to save something for this stream that I normally... That last time the stream ended due to a death, we ended up just doing midstream, right? During the week. When I click on the screen, as you can see, I'm not doing too hot, right? I've seen better days, if you couldn't tell. So, last time, we ended up accidentally breaking the #1 rule in Minecraft. In the second... No, we ended up breaking the #1 rule of Minecraft in the first version possible to break it in, right? It's almost impressive. Never dig straight down, chat. Never dig straight down. In the current day and age, when you have a water bucket and when you have feather falling and all that jazz, you know what? Fair. You can get away with it if you aren't stupid. You fall into lava in this version, you're screwed. It's over. You just gotta accept your fate. You fell. You shouldn't have done it. Could've just not dug straight down. You would have been fine. Everything would have been fine. But, unfortunately, mistakes were made. Right? Mistakes were made. Mistakes happen. And now we're dead. And this is still gonna play music despite me being dead. We're gonna close that. We're gonna close that. And we're gonna show, first and foremost, before anything else, how does one save their world from the brink, right? Using Betacraft, you're able to save and load versions of Minecraft that have long since had their saving broken, because back in the olden day, that was played in the browser, right? Survival test, that was played in your browser. We're gonna go ahead, set up a display capture. Okay. We'll do capture cursor, whatever. Set up a display capture. Hello, this is OBS, as per usual. Now, let's see here. Here you get to have a peek at all the random nonsense within my things. I don't know why there's a temp file there. I'm just gonna get rid of that. It's not needed. So, let's go over to Betacraft, right? Let's go over to Wander. Delete this for the time being. This is our world. Or at least this is what's left of it right now. This is us being buried in lava with no way out. No way to respawn because that wasn't in the game. No way to load up an old save because that's long since been broken. All we have is the autosave, and it will autosave over your death. We're gonna fix this. Gonna move the level.dat over here just for convenience's sake. And here, we're gonna... I meant to control X, we're gonna delete that, okay? this is the process. First and foremost, cut and paste your world to somewhere that's not the folder it would be in. Then, I'm gonna go ahead, open up Betacraft, play. We're making a new world. Hey Jack. We are making a new world. And this world is basically gonna accept the world's biggest organ donation and become our old one. At the cost of us losing the inventory from the old one, but I mean, we died to lava, what you gonna do? It's a fair price, I say. Fair enough. So we'll wait for this to do its whole generation thing. Alright. Why is that still using my MCCR skin? Hold up. Let me go ahead and change my skin real quick. Wait for that to do its thing. Okay. But yeah, this is what I had to do the first time, and I figured for anyone, I might end up just separating this part of the stream into its own video. And just having this available as a thing. It's not difficult in the slightest. It's just something that, you know, for all 12 people in the world that are ever gonna do something like this. Alright, that should be the skin. Should be that set. All good to go. Oh, we don't really need that open. But now, we have a new level.dat here. And this is gonna be what ends up taking on our old world. This is the shell. This is the vessel. As you can see, I'm preemptively renaming that to .mine because MCEdit, the program that we're going to use to go ahead and, you know, recover our world, only will read that if it's .mine, not the .dat, for this version in particular. So, I have MCEdit stable 29. I think it works with the current MCEdits, but I'm using an old one just for making sure. You're gonna run it, right? You're gonna run MCEdit. We're gonna wait for this to do its thing. Jesus, Pygame? Okay. Open a level. That automatically goes to your normal Minecraft save thing. What you're gonna do, you're gonna go to wherever you have your level.mine of your actual world. This is the one that we moved. This is the one we took out of that folder. And here it is. You can go ahead, right click, and that'll allow you to just move around like you're in creative or something. As you can see, here's our house. Our lovely, lovely home. It has a few holes in it, but you know, it happens. It's so cool, right? Being in MCEdit and just like basically being almost like a Minecraft creative mode in the survival test is quite interesting, actually. I don't know if the current MCEdits can do this with, like, infinite worlds. I don't know if this is still a feature, but at least in this one, it's really interesting that I can just go around and fly around the place. Regardless, I'm just gonna come back over here. That's not why we're here, okay? What we are here to do is to take this entire world, right? And we're gonna copy paste it. We are going to copy paste the entire world into a new thing where we're not dead. And we're gonna save the world that way. So we're gonna, I'm holding control, select all, and then copy. Now, we've copied that. We're going to hit load world. No. We're gonna hit open world. And now, we go back to where we have this new save. If I go versions archive, Betacraft, not survival test. Delete that actually. Wander. Open our world. And this is the one that is just, you know, our random why does this exist world. I'm gonna hold control. Select all. And we're gonna delete. So we've gotten rid of this entire extra world, right? It's all gone. The new one, we are going to now just paste this into there. Very easy. You just paste that in. And then click to set this item down. Let that finish loading everything. I don't know if that's required, but we're going to give it a moment to do so anyway. Click. And then import. And now, we have basically copy-pasted all the terrain, all of everything into here, right? We've moved that old world, that old file, basically onto here. This version of the game, we're going to press Control S to save. This version of the game does not save its seed to the file. So once we get to the point where this world ends up like making a seed, yeah, it really is. And I wish that the game had a built-in way. I asked Blue Crab as well, like, hey, is there any means within the files to just flip a switch and make it, you know, not be dead? But from what they could tell, there doesn't seem to be one, which is unfortunate. And this does lose the inventory, which is also unfortunate, but I mean, we died, fair enough. So this is the only way I know of respawning in the survival tests. And it gets the job done for what we're doing. But now, if I go ahead and close that, we're gonna go back over to Betacraft, Wander, gonna change this back to level.dat. And now, time to load up our world. We might spawn in the ground. I forgot to set a spawn point. But nope, we spawned in water, and my skin's still weird, and there's my house. We are back. We are back, chat. We have gained access to our world once again. I don't know if this is going to be playing audio. Fine if it doesn't. You just create a lot of backups, and that's fair. That is a very fair thing. This is just if, you know, you're like me and you forget to constantly back up the world over and over. Because you think you're so good at this first version of the game. You're not. You're never good enough to not die in survival tests. You will learn that the hard way. Unless you're just like hiding out in a hole, you're gonna end up dying at some point. It's a given. And sometimes you just cannot be asked to either go back to the backup or do whatever ends up happening. I'm sure there should be a way though. Part of me is tempted to go ahead and just like open up the file, like open up a world, get to a point, back it up, and then just step into lava and then see what's different. Or like save while I'm in lava or something. And I'll probably do that, but not today. And I wasn't in a position to do that. Hello, Magical Blueberries. Hello. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and gather 99 stone. I'm not gonna bother with the ores, right? They're not gonna have a practical use for a while. Well, I'll grab a few of them, right? I'm not gonna bother grabbing a metric ton, but I'll grab like a bit of each ore. And then we'll get set up to go ahead and transfer. I'm gonna turn off the music. Okay, that is in fact playing that audio. Ah, that's Joey. Hello. Oh, it's because it's from there. Alright. I forget just how excruciatingly loud this is. Just the music in this version, but yeah. That's how we're gonna go about it. We're gonna stock up on stone, we're gonna grab a bit of each ore, and then I'll go ahead and show off the tool that Blue Crab made for the sake of taking this world and putting it up to the next survival test. You should grab one of each ore and put them at the top of the world for funsies. You know what? I'll do that. That's a fun idea. I'll also keep one in my inventory. I'm only probably gonna do like one stream on the survival test 0.27. Well, I'll probably do two. I don't know. We'll see what I do. Basically, for the fact that I think the only things that it changes... Okay, no. We'll do as many streams as it takes to drain my house out. To drain the trenches. I think the only things that it really does in terms of practicality is makes it to where creepers no longer blow up stones, and it adds spiders, the menace to society. Spiders are horrid creatures. They make me want to commit several crimes. Only several? No. No. They make me want to commit many crimes against whoever thought adding them was a good idea. I'm looking at you, Notch. Because they have momentum. They attack and they pounce at you. It's not a jump while attacking. They gain speed when they do that. And it's terrifying, and I think it should be in the current game. I think it's a genuinely good feature that would make spiders much more threatening than they already are. But they're also just horrifying to deal with. Okay, we've grabbed the stone we need. There's already a skeleton over yonder. Trying to play Minecraft, the first-person shooter. My aim's a little bit off today. But we're fine. Come on. I want to at least get one more arrow. There's a few more over here. There's some coal there. I wanted brown spiders. Fair. Imagine the timeline where Notch actually gave the texture file for that. So we had the original brown spider texture. Oh look, this is the issue with water in this version, right? There wasn't any water in here, and now it's an entire underwater cave. And it's terrifying. We'll go ahead and just grab whatever coal's here. Alright, we'll grab what's here, and then search for the other two ores, the iron and the gold. And we'll just have this until we either die or something else happens. I don't know if I'll be able to actually take these items all the way. Like... And then also after a point, they're just gonna stop being valuable because Silk Touch will exist. But for a while, if we can just keep this until Silk Touch exists. Water's a virus in Classic. It really is. It just spreads and spreads without remorse. Alright. Oh yeah, I don't have to worry about, like, taking time to fill my air up. That's at least one nice thing about playing in this version. Don't gotta deal with the reverse thirst meter. Also, why did... Okay, here's a question. Why have so many people requested a thirst bar? Who would that benefit in the slightest? From what I can tell, people were already annoyed at the hunger bar. Like, it added sprinting, so fair enough. And it made healing, like, a passive thing, which was also helpful. So I can... Let me up. Okay. Hunger bar at the end of the day was a good thing. Why do people want thirst? Who would that benefit? I've seen RL Craft having a thirst meter, and I just look at that in physical pain. I just don't understand. There's being a masochist, and then there's just wanting to inconvenience yourself. And I guess the line is very thin. Yeah, I would think it is a terrible idea. I just don't know why people want it. Like, why is this something that people keep suggesting throughout the years? literally only 4 drinks in 1.20. Yeah, we got, let's see, we got potions, we got honey, we got water, and we got milk. And you can make an argument for soup. I'd argue that soup is a drink, but that's just me. And I don't think soup would fill up the thirst meter, although if there was a thirst meter and it did, then that would just make it a top tier item if it also filled up hunger. You know, that's why people want a thirst meter. They want an excuse to unironically drink soup outside of the nether. I've cracked it. I've cracked the code. I understand what the people desire. This is soup's not drinkable, it has an eating sound. Oh. I could have sworn it was drink. Although, why do you eat soup then? Like, do you just, how does that even work? Do you just bite into it? Rabbit stew, I get. Well, no, because it's stew. It has the chunks in it. Normal soups, they just don't. They just don't got the chunks. Who eats soup? What insane person eats it? You might put it in a spoon and take sips, but you don't eat it. You don't bite into soup. No. You've got to be a monster to do that. I've yet to see a person grab a bowl of soup and just start chomping. Just, like, actively bite the soup while it's in the bowl. That sounds like it'd be really funny to watch. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know anyone who's ever done something. And I hope I never do. I feel like that's a friendship ruiner right there. That you bite soup. Alright, barely got up there without using a mushroom. Soup and MC's mushroom soup probably has some chunks left over. The texture wouldn't suggest that. It's just like one blank color the whole way around. Unless like all the soups are just, all the chunks of it are just on the very, very bottom? Maybe? I don't know. Alright, that's not gonna flood the area, so that's fine. Alright, looks like we are gonna end up having a stack of 99 coal. Which is good. I think this ore is just gonna have so much of the nonsense. Here, let me go ahead and undeafen. Alright, hi Kiz. I forgot to undeafen in the thing. How you doing?
I can hear you twice.
Yeah, that's
Okay, let me
gross.
mute the stream.
I did... Okay, there's a red mushroom in my inventory. Imagine being able to place and or break things, instead I have to eat it. You are punished for picking up a red mushroom. And I broke the wrong thing of coal. Okay, well, this place is flooded now. How you doing? I'm about to
doing
sneeze.
pretty
This
good.
is suboptimal.
Bless you.
Ow. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab as much coal as I can from this vein. If it's enough for 99, which it's looking like it's gonna be, then that's what I'll have.
Yeah,
And if
the
it's
coal
not,
in the
then-
next version is really cool because it gives you slabs.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Ow. Ow, my lungs.
And since you're going to be trying out 27 SD, I can show you the slab trick where you can hit any mob from any distance.
That sounds like it'll be really funny. Alright.
I think you can literally make like a sniper tower with that.
I want to do that now. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and break this preemptively so I have an air hole. Okay. But yeah, I'm just gonna grab a bit of the ores and then I'll go ahead and show off the tool. Which will then put us into 0.27 until we get our trenches drained. I swear, those trenches have been, they've been the bane of my existence because water exists and I hate that it
Yep.
does.
Water's very cursed in this version.
It's really funny, but it makes it so much bigger of a threat, especially considering that right now, blast resistance is just not a feature. In 0.27, it doesn't target stone, but I don't think that's blast resistant being, like, resistance being a thing. I think it's just programmed to not blow up stone.
Yeah. There's a few blocks that they can't blow up. I think the ores and stone.
Yeah, it's like stone types from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Can it blow up the ore block?
I don't think so.
I would think not.
I don't. I think they still blow up slabs, but they don't blow up cobblestone.
Yeah, it makes sense that they wouldn't break cobble. There's got to be something that's immune to them. What was Notch smoking when he made creepers die on and blow up on death? Who thought that was a good idea? Who greenlit that?
Probably not.
Notch, if you're watching, what the fuck, man? What the heck? I'm sorry. I'm trying to cut back on the swears.
Notch, what are you doing here, man?
Apologies. Notch, get out of here. You're not welcome after what you did.
We know what you've done.
We know what you are. Picture of the one dog. Okay. Alright, the skeletons are fighting against the zombies. And by the skeletons, I mean just one of them. And by zombies, I mean it's dead now. There's a pig in these caves. I've entered the mushroom mines by complete and utter accident. Alright.
There's a lot of stream delay, so.
Yeah, it comes with having T-Mobile Wi-Fi. I've said this every stream, and I'll say it everyone to come. T-Mobile Wi-Fi is not fun. It's better than having no Wi-Fi, and I'm able to stream. I have the hardware to do it. And the internet's
I mean, the
good
stream
enough to
quality is
not-
a lot better than last time.
Yeah, I messed with the settings a wee bit. Like, I have the tech to pull it off, right? I have a laptop with 40 gigabytes of RAM. Fight me. It's just, I don't have the internet to support this sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's gonna mess with, like, you know, engagement, right? Harder to talk to chat when your conversations have, like, a 30-second delay. But I try to do the best I can. You know, it happens.
It's manageable.
Yeah. I've seen worse. And realistically, I've had worse. So, it's fine. But yeah,
And I'm looking back at the gold texture, and it's so pale. I hate it.
It's like a weird yellow-green.
Yeah.
Collecting the piss ore, don't mind me. Oh, I'm sorry, urine. I'm trying not to swear as much. The urine ore. I apologize.
I don't think that's a swear.
I don't think it is either. I will never be a family-friendly streamer. But if I do Minecraft content, I have to be aware of the fact that some 12-year-olds are gonna end up here at some point if I don't do terribly.
Watching survival test?
Okay, hopefully...
I don't know about that.
Hopefully I wasn't the only 12-year-old that actively, like, was engaged in seeing, like, the really old versions and thinking, wow, I wish I had Minecraft. Wow, that's so cool.
I mean, back in the day, I used to play Classic well after it discontinued. Like,
didn't they, like,
I used to play the web version.
Yeah, they released, like, a new version of Classic.
Yeah, it was a JavaScript version for the 10-year anniversary of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Does that still exist?
Yeah, still up.
Huh. The
version is very different from normal Classic, because it's a total recreation in a different language.
Yeah, it's a remake.
Yeah, it has a lot of differences.
The fact
Hopefully
that
somebody
builds
builds
JavaScript.
Hopefully somebody builds a level transfer to actual Classic.
Yeah. Alright, there's a lot of gold down here, so I'm quite happy. I think I'm also gonna go ahead and have a creeper blow a hole in some... Well, no, I did that last time. I can just place falling blocks and they'll cover up the lava, yeah? Okay, so I can expose bedrock without creepers needing to be able to blow up liquid. It's fine. And I think they do that in the next survival test, right? They do that anyway.
I think so.
Okay. And that's fine.
I think you're only missing iron now.
Yeah. I'm just gonna grab all the gold that's here. I said I wasn't gonna get 99 of each because I couldn't be asked to go searching, but since it's all right in front of me.
Yeah, might as well. Just try not to die.
Dying? What? No, I would never. I would never break the #1 rule of Minecraft in the earliest version possible to break it. What are you on about? Oi.
You're gonna dig straight down, dig between 2 blocks.
Yeah. Alright, I'm also now realizing that there's like fog underground, which is not a thing that's been in the game for a while. Or like,
Yeah, you can change it
this
with
feels
F.
like a bit of a fog. No, I like it. I think it's interesting. Although I don't know
like
if
it
I
too.
Oh, I think I accidentally hit F. I'm gonna turn it on though, at least while I'm down here, just for the sake of having a bit of fog, because I think it's like a nice effect.
Moody.
It's not enough. Like, I'm not on the surface of the world right now, so I don't care about seeing the entire world. I like this fog effect. Especially considering that brightness is like one of 2 states. Alright. There's so much gold.
There's 2
I'm gonna
types
be
of fog.
rich.
There's actually 3 types of fog in this version. There's the normal fog, there's water fog, and lava fog.
Alright. Bedrock fog's not a thing yet though, is it?
No. I used to love that effect. It's a shame they removed it.
When was that? When did they remove that? I know it was a toggle in Legacy Console for a while. I think it might still be a toggle in there.
It was some release. I don't know which version though.
On one hand,
But,
I
like,
get that it makes it like easier to find ores if you're that far down, but realistically,
Yeah.
everyone strip mined at Y15 anyways, and I think that was outside of Bedrock fog range.
And the Bedrock fog gave the game a lot, like, more ominous feeling, which I enjoy.
I say we bring back Bedrock fog and put it specifically in the deep dark biome.
Hell yeah.
I think that'd be genuinely terrifying. You already have very little visibility. Make it even lower, and then you scare a ward and you're just completely blind.
Yep.
Like, I think the Deep Dark is realistically one of the most actually scary things to be in the game for a while. Which is quite nice. Like, in this version, the fear is the fact that you can basically just get jumped by mobs at any given moment and there's nothing you can do about it. And then once they added day and night, I'm pretty sure that there was just like, it was pitch black at night, more or less, right?
Yeah. You couldn't see anything.
Yeah. And then
And torches did not give that much light
anyway.
anyway.
Yeah, because it was just like, smooth lighting was not a thing for a while, was it? So very
And I
quickly
love
would've just
the beta lighting.
I'm excited to get to those versions, right? Like, this is the second time I've even done something like this. But the first time, I just did the earliest version available in the launcher. Like in the vanilla launcher. And I had no idea of like what I was gonna do for like, when do I go ahead and transfer the world up, right? Originally I had the plan of like, oh, maybe every month or something. Or maybe every time I die. I think just playing it until there's nothing left for me to do in that version and then pushing up, or playing it until I just genuinely kind of feel like it.
Yeah, I feel
think
like that's the best way to do it.
Arbitrary, yeah, any arbitrary rule.
Go at your own pace, no limits.
Yeah. That's the entire point of block game.
Yep.
Of cave game, of Ruby Dung. I don't think it's called Ruby Dung. Wasn't that like...
Ruby Dung was a different game.
Yeah. Was that a thing that ever got released?
Nope. We only have a few screenshots of it. Use the cobblestone and grass texture.
Yeah. Like, I know the pre-classic versions had RD as like a prefix.
I like how the game used to be called Cave Game.
I think that would have been really... It makes sense, right? It makes sense to be called Cave Game, even at this point, because what are you gonna do? There are caves. There's no crafting. Why is this called Minecraft?
It was what Notch envisioned.
Screw
Actually, I
Notch's
think it was
vision.
just.
There are no crafting.
I think it was suggested by a user actually.
That
I think
sounds
it
about
was
right.
like the game used to be called Minecraft Order the Stone and then just renamed to Minecraft.
Yeah, I remember the Order of the Stone bit.
Honestly,
What-
a good subtitle.
It would have been a good subtitle if it was an RPG. And then they
I
made
mean,
a
the game
Minecraft
was gonna.
RPG.
Yeah, I mean the game was gonna have RPG elements.
I mean, it did after a while, come Adventure Update.
Yeah, I mean, when you're gonna be updating from version to version, you're gonna notice your inventory is gonna have attack, defense, and speed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that comes in like one of the indevs.
Yeah, but those stats are purely like cosmetic. They don't actually do anything.
Yeah. I know I read something about that in specific, and I think Notch said like he had a vague idea and then forgot what it was, but the the stat numbers were already in there.
Minecraft could have been an actual RPG.
Bruh. I feel like it would be something almost along the lines of Skyrim. Of just
Maybe.
like, if you have like an infinite world, so like just a massive open world. Okay,
One
it
of my
sounds like it'd
favorite
be-
cuts.
You go?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go first.
Okay. One of my favorite features that was planned, that was like on Notch's to-do list, but never actually got implemented, was seasons.
Oi, oi, oi. Yeah. I think I did read something about that, yeah.
Having
That would've
seasons
been
in the
sick.
game early on would have massively differed the biomes as we see them today. Because
Yeah.
every biome would have 4 states.
Then again, I
and
think
a
it
w-
also would have worked better in the state that every biome was just oak trees. Just
Yeah.
how many oak trees and like a bit of grass color, I think. I don't even know. I think it would have been easier to implement back in like this time, but
I mean, I still hope they do seasons. It'd be really, really cool biome update.
it would. It would just require basically. How many biomes are in the game now?
I don't know, I don't know, actually.
Like, not counting the
Minecraft.
dimensional and underground ones, like,
Biome.
it'd be terrifying. That would require a lot of stuff to be changed.
How many biomes are there?
Alright, I have 99 iron. Let me go ahead. I have 5 DMs. What are these? Not DMs. I'm getting pinged. Yeah, I'm not gonna actively
Think
be
it's
reading
Spark.
these. Yeah, I can't read these actively, Spark, because I'm, in the game. 4 gigabytes. And what to fear in every version. Minecraft Legends, but better. Like, it would have been a completely different game, I feel, as well. And judging by the fact that, like, isn't there a big split? Or not big, but, like, there is a split in that a bunch of people, like, play... What's it? Beta 1.7.3? Because that's before they added some of the more RPG elements.
I mean, Beta 1.8 is what defines modern Minecraft from the development of Minecraft, in my opinion. Because it introduced so many things. Introduced sprinting, the hunger bar, introduced enchantments, the portal, the end portal.
The end portal was
no,
beta 1.8.
End portal was the strongholds were the strongholds were added before the portal, but you know
That
where
sounds
it's getting at.
horrible.
Yeah, there's a possibility where you generate a stronghold and it has no portal.
And then what? Then you just have to find another stronghold, or if you've accidentally genned them all, you just don't get a portal?
Yep. Yeah, you'd have to regenerate the chunks
How do you
by
do that?
either glitching out the game or using MC Edit.
Okay, well that sounds horrifying.
Yep. You gotta either you be careful or you do some glitch to get the chunks back.
Is there known glitches for doing that?
I'm pretty sure, yes. But I can't list them off the top of my head because I personally have not done any of them.
Alright. Is it possible
mean-
to play, like... Okay, real quick question, and I don't know if you've messed with this at all, so I don't know if you'll know. So, from what
Go
I
ahead.
saw, at some point I want to go ahead and do the glitch that lets you get sky dimension terrain in the overworld, which seems to
You need
require,
to
like, a
do-
version
okay.
downgrade.
Yep. What you need to do is you need to go to the end, and then go downgrade from 1.0 to a beta 1.8 release on a server specifically. And then the
So,
server is gonna
like-
think like, oh, you're in this dimension, and it generates the sky dimension.
But it'll, like, have you at the chords that you would have been... Like, it'll basically put you in the overworld, but say you're in the sky dimension internally?
Like all the chunks that you generated previously are gonna stay like that, no changes whatsoever. Only new chunks will generate the sky dimension.
And so, to do that, I'll have to, like, set up a server jar, basically. Like, will I have to, like, get a host, or can I do that just from my laptop?
No, you can do it from your laptop.
Oh, I'll need to look
You
into
can
that.
create a
then.
local server. It's easy.
Okay. So I'm not
But,
gonna
I
be
mean, you
locked
probably
out of, like,
have-
server-specific glitches.
Yeah, like you probably have a good few months before, at least a few months before you get there, because like
Oh no,
from
more
survival
than a few.
test to beta 1.7 or 1.8, you're gonna be there a while.
I have more than a few, because I'm gonna make my frickin' pilgrimage to the Farlands.
Yeah, I mean you're in freaking classic right now. You gotta go through indev, infdev, alpha, beta.
Yeah, there's time.
Yeah, you're gonna be there a while.
Alright, so that is, against my original intentions, 99 of every single ore.
There you go.
Well-
List done.
well, I'm gonna murk all the pigs that are in this cave. Mining some pigs, as you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then... Here. I'll get the fog back to not being a thing. And I'm gonna find my way up to the surface. I see that zombie, and I would like it to go away. This is why we can't have nice things. Everywhere you go, there's water. That entire cave down there is gonna be completely flooded now. And that's gonna be a problem for future me. Alright.
I
So
don't
you
even
wanted
think
me
you
to
can
put-
obtain. Yeah, at the top of the world. I don't even think you can obtain sponges until
1.13?
Indev,
Indev?
because Indev has the chests. I don't know if you're gonna use
Yeah.
those, but
No, I will. Although I don't know if I want to do that, because that's one less illegal item stack, but on the other hand, sponges are an illegal item regardless,
yep.
and I'd like to be able to use them. So you know what? I have enough illegal item stacks, I'll live.
I mean, keep in mind that a 1.12 is gonna allow you to do that. Illegal stacks up to 1.27, I think. And even before that, there's another glitch that allows you to have any item with a
Oh, yeah.
127 stack.
And then there's the whole... Okay. Luckily, I'm not going to get to a version where this is possible for a while. But I'm hoping that eventually a tutorial is made for doing that, like, get any block at all in survival thing. Like,
Oh,
I'm
the
hoping that a
falling
guide
block
for...
thing?
Yeah, for survival. Like, single
I
player.
think
I
there
know
is
that
kind
it's-
of...
There's one for multiplayer.
I think there's kind of a tutorial for it, but it's hard to follow it.
Yeah. Because, like, I'd like to do that. Although I don't know if I'll be able to. That's going to be, I think, a test of my patience. But that's also going
I
to
mean,
come
if you want to
after...
walk to the Farlands...
Yeah. If I'm going to walk to the
I mean-
Farlands, and if I have the patience for that, and I know I do at the end of the day, then I'll be fine.
If you can walk to the bloody Farlands, you can do anything.
Yeah. How many people have managed to do that without glitches in survival? I know there's, like...
I
don't
would
know if it's still
say
going.
under 50.
Yeah. I know there's, like, a documented one a few years ago that, like, all parts of it were streamed, and I'm gonna do that. there's been the Journey to the Farlands, but I don't know.
I mean,
if
there's
that...
like Farlands or Bust, which is still ongoing.
Yeah, that's still ongoing, but that's because it's like a charity thing as well. It's a charity thing.
Yeah.
It's just for fun.
Yeah, and he takes frequent breaks from it.
Yeah. He's
Been
not just
doing it for,
walking
like,
for the
what,
sake
10
of
years?
walking. Yeah. Like, I know one guy did it, streamed all of it, and Notch gave him $10,000, and I find that funny.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I mean, yeah, it was because the guy wanted to prove Notch wrong. Notch said it was impossible, and then the guy wanted to prove Notch wrong, so he did it.
Well, I thought we've known it wasn't impossible.
I think he said it like in a comment somewhere that no player's gonna do that. That's impossible to reach the Farlands legitimately.
Yeah, I want to be one of the few. Alright, I've grabbed 99 dirt. This should be more than enough to get me to world height. Alright, where do we want to do this? Here.
Put one in each corner of the world.
Oh my goodness. Wait, yeah. That sounds wonderful, actually. I'll have the gold one in the corner with my house. We'll go stone, coal, iron, gold. Okay. I'll put a stone block up there just because it's in the same boat as the others and that I'm not going to be able to get that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, up we go. I don't know what world height is. Hopefully I just reach that
64.
very quickly. 64.
Mm-hmm.
That's in like above sea level?
No, it's the entire world from bedrock.
Huh.
Up, so.
Yeah, I've hit it. Okay. Alright. We've gotten our stone block up there. This is so dumb.
It is.
If anyone ends up asking, hey, why is there a single gold ore up there? I'll just be like, remnants of a bygone era.
Yep.
I see some skeletons over there. I am gonna challenge them just to stock up on arrows. So I'm going to need them come 0.27. I'm going to need as many arrows as I can get my hands on because spiders exist. They make me want to cry.
I mean, arrows are also capped at 99.
Yeah. So I'd like to just be at that basically when I go to that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be prepared. On one hand, this world is incredibly small, but on the other, it's nice being able to easily just walk from one part of it to another.
Did you create a small world?
Well, I think it defaults to that. Like,
I
when you
created a
hit
huge
play...
world from mine.
When you hit play, it's just the first one that happens, I think. You gotta, like, go ahead and gen a new one. But I just wanted it to be, yeah, I loaded up the game. This is the world. This is what we're going with. This is the first thing that showed up on the screen after the click inside the window to start playing. So it's only right to keep it, I think.
Sure. I mean, you could always change it later. Like, combine another world with the one that already exists.
And it'll get bigger too, right? Like, doesn't InDev already just increase the size a bit, or?
I don't think so. I think you have to artificially do that.
Okay. Regardless,
So, like, to get the new world height... To get new world height, you have to manually set that.
Oh, is world height
Also,
like
it's
a
gonna
thing in the
stay-
file?
Yep, or else it's gonna stay in 64.
Alright.
Which I recommend you do. Having height to your world is very nice.
What I'll probably do then, because seed is not saved into... Ow. Okay, hold up. Eh. Seed is not saved to the world file in this, right? So, like, it generates the world, and it's never going to... Like, you're not intended to take this world up to InfDev, right? So there's no mechanics at play that will allow you to go ahead and
I
just,
mean,
like...
the official version, the first official version lets you actually save the world with no conversion tools, is an InfDev version.
Yeah. And that's
So
makes
anything
sense.
prior
It's
to that,
infinite.
you need conversion tools. Yeah.
And it makes sense for them to do it, because it's infinite world, so that's gonna be able to, like, work with all the other ones without an issue.
Yep.
Like, it's a logical enough thing. Can I see the stone all the way over there? I can. Alright. We've gone ahead and hit the surface. Alright, and then we'll break some of these. And the next one is going to be iron ore. But yeah, because there's not a seed, I don't feel any guilt taking this world and pasting it into another one, basically. Yeah. Because
I mean,
when I get
that's
it
what
further
Total
on,
SMP is doing.
Yeah. Like, I have no remorse genning an in-dev world and then putting this into, like, one of the corners of it.
Like, you could even generate different... You know how some classic versions or even in-dev versions have the different types of worlds, like Hell, Sky
Yeah.
Islands, stuff like that? You could even put those next to your little world, and then have, like, manually do world blending into the new
It could take, like...
stuff.
Because there's 4 types, right? There's, like, 4...
Yeah, I'll have to look into that, because I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I know that there are different sizes, but there's also just, like, 4 types at first thought, I want to say.
Let me look into that.
I could easily have, like, a corner of each. These creepers are being a pain in the butt.
Okay, so there's island, floating, flat, inland, and that's it. But that's the type. There's a shape, which is a square, long, deep. The size can be normal, huge, or small. And the theme can be normal, hell, normal, or hell. At least in this version that I'm in.
Alright. And I'm pretty sure, like, isn't one of the sizes, like, incompatible with transfer? Isn't it, like, the deep one? It
depends on what you're using. But the deep one does cause problems, yeah. I think it has a 256 world height, which is not compatible with InfDev.
Yeah. So I won't use deep when I do that.
I mean, it's all up to experimentation. Just, like, experiment with a bunch of worlds, and then at the end of the day, choose which one you like the most.
Fair. I'd like it to just go through with the least amount of issue, basically. Because I do need to be, at least, I think I need to be a little bit careful about this world. In the sake that if I'm taking this from as early as possible to as late as possible, there's bound to be issues somewhere along the line if I'm not careful.
Yeah, there is gonna be. Even if you take the most precautions ever and create a lot of backups, there's 100% gonna be issues, because there's just some versions that are absolutely broken and do not load worlds properly.
Yeah. And I'll need to account for those as they happen.
I mean, I know there's, like, some 1.17 worlds that just completely corrupt your old worlds.
Yeah,
and you have to do some specific mumbo-jumbo to make them load properly.
Yeah, because, like, what 1.17 was, right? It was with the changes to...
world heights and world
depth,
blending.
mainly.
Yep.
Like, the fact that Y0 was no longer the deepest. For a while, they did, like, you weren't even able to just transfer a world over, I think, until...
You could,
like,
but it was unofficial.
Yeah, you had to, like, change a version value, basically.
You had to manually edit the files to make it work.
Which wasn't difficult, but what ended up happening, like, when you did that, it would easily be, like, laggy as heck.
Yeah, and it could easily corrupt your world.
Yeah. So like
I
frequent
think
backups and then
what's
just
scary
otherwise
about
taking.
having a world this old is that at some point your spawn chunks are probably gonna get corrupted. And the spawn chunks is where all this is, like the classic era of your world is. So it's all gonna be in the spawn chunks, right? So
Yeah.
you run the risk of like permanently losing it if you don't take freaking backups of it.
I plan to like at the very least have a backup of like how it is in every version before I end up updating. And
Mm-hmm.
in ones that I'm gonna stick around on for longer, like in the versions that I'm not just here for like a stream or two, say with basically most things past survival test and probably in dev,
Yeah.
like have multiple backups within that version.
I mean,
Just
for
like a
me,
metric
InfDev is where
ton.
the real fun starts.
Yeah. Wait,
But I
InDev or
do
InfDev?
InfDev, sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like
But I do
that's
recommend you take frequent backups like once a week or something because anything can go wrong even if you're not doing anything special.
yeah,
I
I
had a
stream
world.
this once a week anyway, so
I can tell you about my world and how I lost it. Like
let's hear it.
I was doing a series on an InfDev world and I was having a ton of fun with it. I was spending a lot of months working on the world. It definitely became like one of my most favorite old school worlds I've ever made.
I
It had like a huge storage room. It had a working a number display with redstone. It had a massive railway system. It had like a complete underground base covered with wood, like from a hollow tree. It was awesome. I really loved that world. The problem is, somewhere along Alpha, I don't know what happened, but the world just completely corrupted itself. And what happened was, I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know exactly what happened, but essentially, some chunks got corrupted. And what I used to play for like 30 minutes, and then the world would just randomly stop and break, and like the screen would go black. And when I reloaded the world, it didn't save anything that I did. So essentially,
bro.
I would be stuck with the same version of the world forever, and no matter what I did to it, I could not fix the world. I even tried updating to like the last version of beta. That still did not fix it.
Mm.
I don't know what was wrong with that world, but I just gave up on it.
You hit a brick wall.
Yep. And I was in a point where I was feeling cocky and I didn't take freaking backups.
Yeah.
So if you value your worlds, take freaking backups because stuff like this happens, man.
Yeah, like this is something that I've been planning for going into it. Now, albeit I say that and I've already, had to undie myself twice to
Yep.
having not made backups. But that's more so just for the fact of like I'm gonna have lost progress either way, and this isn't something that's like auto saving my process for a day.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from just like through Betacraft. And because I know I can get away with undying myself, I don't think it's a huge issue in this one in particular.
Uh-huh. Just
Especially
keep in mind
since, yeah.
to like take a backup every once in a while because man, I got really sad when that world became unplayable for me.
Oh yeah, that would be heart wrenching here. I want to get one more gold block. Just make sure I'm at 99 of each. And then I'll go ahead and do the other thing that I've promoted for this stream. The other thing of some actual importance. And that
Mm-hmm.
is showing off Blue Crab 2's fancy little save transfer tool. Save converter.
Fun fact,
Because,
this tool only exists because I ran into this issue.
remember, kids, always watch where the heck you're going. Alright.
Stream
There's
delay. I
lava.
still don't know what happened.
There was lava, and I almost walked into it, but this time I didn't dig straight down, so we're chilling.
You're still digging on my end.
Don't worry, I'll almost run into it soon.
Oh yeah, I see it. No, I see it.
I just need to find a piece of gold. Although I don't think Y level actually matters for Origin in this, does it?
Maybe. I mean, I think gold is kind of rare on the surface.
I think gold is just kind of rare. I
Maybe.
know I've seen it up on the surface, but I don't think on this one I have.
So yeah, Blue Crab made this tool because I ran into this issue where I wanted to upgrade my 05 survival test world to 27, and it just wouldn't load no matter what I did.
Yeah.
And so Crab looked into the code, and apparently there's some issues with the user ID or whatever.
Basically, I think it's either not saved at all or saved slightly differently. And that
I think it's only one value.
Yeah. The version after survival test, I want to say, loads both of them fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's just this one specific conversion that's broken, because there's a special check in 27 that checks for, I think it's the user ID. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But it's something along those lines. And I think that's the only version that has that check. So.
I think so, yeah. Because it loads in the one after without issue, from what I hear. Like, from what I've read. Alright, there's a lava pool here, which is quite fancy and all, but is there any gold? That's what I'm here for. I need to be very careful. A mob could spawn behind me at any moment and screw me over. And I can't place blocks directly behind me. Yeah, I think this is a backup hour, isn't it?
Yeah, just do it.
Just close the game so that it saves, because that's how this game works.
I hope somebody makes a survival test 23 mod save.
Restarts my entire series because suddenly there's an earlier survival version that I haven't done.
I mean, it's a shame that it doesn't save.
Yeah. Here, wander back up.
Actually, it's called 24, my mistake.
0.25_05. Alright, and then paste that into there. And play. My throat hurts. Water time.
You know what? I'm also gonna go grab water.
Smart idea. Alright. There's gotta be gold somewhere around here. I want one more piece. I don't need it. By any means. But I would feel incomplete if I don't grab it. We got an entire cave here. Come on. Come on. Where's the gold at? One piece of it. I'll take these mushrooms very, very happily. I will not complain in the slightest about all these shrooms. Hydrate! Hi, Fluffy. How you doing? What the Fluffy doing? Bing, 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 bing. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Everyone in chat, too. Exactly. Everyone hydrate. Everyone needs to, or else. If you don't hydrate, then that's good. That counts as hydration, allegedly. Not sure if I believe it.
It
And
is
suddenly, this
juice.
entire cave is filled with water.
What?
And suddenly, the lava down here is now stone. Alright. Hold up, I need air. You break one block. You break one block, and everything just completely unexists itself.
Mm-hmm.
Was this even lava to begin with, or was this just a stone area? I can't tell. Anyways, I'm gonna start drowning now. It was nice knowing you guys. Here. What the? That was a weird bug. I don't know if you've seen that yet. I broke a block and then...
Are you
Okay,
still
I
drowning
created
on
the
this
world's
stream?
first stone generator.
What? Really?
It would appear so.
I
A
want to
complete
see it.
accident. Alright, there's bedrock.
Oh, I see that.
And it is actively
see what
getting
you
in
did.
the way of my oxygen. But we now technically have a little bit of a thing down to bedrock. Okay.
Oh my god,
There was
you
a
almost
time
died
and
there.
put them all. Oh, you were saying you put doors in a cabinet. Okay, that makes sense. This is gonna actively get in the way of me finding gold, isn't it? Alright, it
I think you
happens.
should probably not be
I'm
in the
getting
water.
out of the water cave, yeah. Oh, look, water. There is no escaping it, Kiz. How could you even attempt to suggest something like getting out of the water?
It's a virus.
It's everywhere. Every cave within, like, the basically spawn chunks of this world are just gonna be completely flooded. Even before 1.13 added underwater caves back. And you know what? I think I
Yep.
know why it took them so long to add them back. This is scary. They didn't want to just, you know, unleash
They didn't
trauma.
want to make the same mistakes of the past.
They didn't want to, like, trigger a trauma response and all 14 survival test players left.
14. I think there's like 3.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Put them on the wrong way and the screws were
We're,
old. You
we're
should've
both
kept
of them. There's a
them.
hidden one somewhere.
We must complete the Triforce. Alright, I'm down here, like, searching for gold. And earlier, you know, I found 99, right? In one
Mhm.
convenient area. And now I'm just searching, like, these underwater catacombs.
You might as well just look for it in the surface.
See, I could do that, or I could just say, I have a stack of 98. And I'm not gonna say that I have a stack of 98, I'm going to find this gold. I could take the sane person way out, or I could take the completionist way out. And the fact
That's
that
like
I'm doing
stopping
this at
100
all...
blocks away from the far lands.
Exactly. So close to render distance, but not quite.
Hey guys, I quit. No more.
Checks chords. So close, within like 1,000 blocks. Hey guys, so I've decided, you know, this whole trip, I think
It's too
been a bit
long. I give
boring.
up.
we're gonna turn around now.
We're
Walk
gonna
all
make
the way
it.
back.
We're making it to the negative far lands this time.
I haven't decided
Doesn't
whether
even break the bed and go
Jeez.
back to spawn.
Okay, this is suboptimal. Alright. See, this is what I mean, that suddenly you just get ambushed by an entire horde. There's a zombie, 2 creepers, and 3 skeletons. Only 2 of which are actually visible. Make it 3. All 3 are visible. Okay. Now there are craters
Add
everywhere. There are
spiders to
creepers
that
off
list
in the
next
distance.
version.
I will add spiders to that list next version. And I will do it with... Leave me alone!
Man, PvE in this version is actually crazy.
PvE
There's
Legacy
arrows
1.
flying everywhere.
Gonna open up a survival test server, call it PvE Legacy. Oh look,
I think half the player base would quit. It's too hard.
Cowards. These days, everyone's just worried about flicking their opponents with their fancy shields and or sword blockings, depending on what version you're playing. Back in
this version, we
day,
use mushrooms.
In this version, you living off of a mushroom and a prayer.
Occasionally an error.
Alright. I would like to do this transfer. I have all the stuff now, but I'm going to stand not next to the horde of 6 creepers.
Are you sure you don't want 99 mushrooms before you continue?
I'll survive without 99 mushrooms. I was just after the other things, first and foremost. 42 is enough. I say with only a small amount of certainty, but it's fine.
Also, enjoy 27 ST with only 4 inventory slots.
5? Give me some credit. Well, I say that one is mushrooms.
Exactly.
And realistically, one is dirt, so make it 3. Alright, I have it on the Be Right Back screen as I go ahead and make a backup of this. And then, you know what, wait here. I say that. I'm gonna show off the tool.
Yo.
The time has come. Alright. Wander. Gonna go ahead and back this up. Oh, hold up, let me open the door. My father was calling the dogs to have the doggos go outside, and Jack was in my room and the door was closed, so he had nowhere to go. Alright, just gonna leak some Turtle SMP DMs by complete accident. Not DMs.
Oh, great.
Messages. It happens, it did it again. No shame. Alright. So, here we have the classic 25 to 27 converter. I'm gonna delete that right now, because I'm gonna show the download link to this. Let me go ahead and leak some DMs with Blue Crab. Oh look, it's available now on this GitHub link. We're gonna open that. And this is in the description of the stream. This is a simple program that converts a classic 0.25_05 survival test level to a classic 0.27 survival test. Earlier versions convert to 2.7 successfully, and 2.5 will convert to later successfully. It's this one. This one in particular. The problem. Fancy stuff. Problem is that player #1 class did not have its serial version UID set to 0 in the 0.25_05, like most other classes. Therefore, the serial version UID defaulted to -51418910854105105158007 in 0.25_05. Notch set the serial version UID to 0 by classic 0.27, which caused an error when reading files from 0.25_05. That prevents it from being read. So, I can even show that off right now, right? If I go ahead, open Betacraft, select version, and we're gonna move to 0.27_ST. Gonna play. And as you're gonna see, the file is still in there. But when I do this, and I have a backup made, so it's fine. When I do this, it's generating a new level. Doing the whole generation process. Not gonna be where I was. Which, for all 3 people that end up using this tool, is going to be a bit of an issue. His can vouch for this one, I can vouch for this one. It would mean that under other circumstances, that 0.27 would be, well, I say that. It wouldn't, no, the earliest one you could get up to max would still be 0.25. The issue is that you'd have to skip 0.27. You just wouldn't go through,
yeah. You only play one ST version instead of 2.
which is fine, I suppose. But
They missed out on spiders.
you miss out on spiders, or you just ignore not having spiders. Either way, you ignore not having spiders, but you can't get the ores, all that. It's a pain in the butt, right? You can see this is in our world. Who benefits from this? Gonna go ahead and just Alt F4 this. I don't like that. That's just, it does not tickle the fancy. So, you can't read
You do lose out on TNT though.
I'll lose out on TNT. That's fine. It was realistically just taking up an inventory space anyway. And it was basically just handheld creeper, which I already despised.
But he could have used it for shenanigans.
What shenanigans? Is there like a glitch I could do with it?
No, it just blows up. It's funny.
Honestly, I just had 10 pieces of TNT and I solely used them to get rid of the tops of trees. Because they wouldn't decay on their own. That was the only thing I found practical use for.
Actually fair.
By classic 0.28_01 and later, Notch made a specialized class that extends object input stream just so either serial version UID from 0.25_05 or 0.27 could be accepted, allowing all levels to upgrade. This most likely applies to the other versions as well, but as of the 26th of March 2023, these are the only archived versions this program works to fix. The solution: it edits the number.
Yep.
If you spawn a sign in that survival test, it won't be able to update to any future versions. It doesn't fix that issue. It's separate and unavoidable.
I mean, it is avoidable. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Exactly. I didn't do it. I thought that was limited to the survival test before it. I didn't realize I could even still do that. Good thing I didn't.
What you could do is, I think Crab could release like an editable version of the classic Explorer, so you could remove entities. And if you can remove the sign entities, it should fix that.
I mean, I think I asked Crab about that, but I don't know if there's plans for it.
I don't think he's gonna make it, but we'll see.
Yeah. So I already have the Java version. Running the jar file. You put the jar file in the same folder as the level file with the name level.dat. So, we're gonna go ahead, go to our backups, take that. Alright. We then double-click the jar to run it, and the program will output the new corrected file to output.dat in that same folder. So, since I've opened this up, it's a simple, you go to the releases. Oh look, there's a silly, goofy little file. There's also the source code if you're a person that's far smarter than I am. Save that there.
I don't know Java.
Alright. And then you double click it, you run it. Oh look! An output.dat file with the exact same size as my level.dat file? Let's
How
rename
mysterious.
it. How strange, how odd, how peculiar. We rename it to level.dat. Open up our good old Betacraft instant. Play. And now, reading. And there she blows, Captain. We got all our goods. Everything is still intact.
Yo.
It is a mission success. What we are going to do then is I'm going to switch this back to window capture. And we are immediately going to get on our feet because, frankly, I cannot be asked to be standing still, paused, while there is the likelihood of spiders jump scaring me. That is now an issue, but you can see in the top of the screen we are in 0.27.
I mean, you can verify your
gonna
one
blow
up.
stone.
Just punch some stone and see if it drops cobble.
Ah! Oh, well, creepers have particles. That's a new one.
Oh yeah,
That's added
I
here.
forgot about that.
Normally I would have TNT as well, but, you know, that is not something I can actually have. My hotbar transfers over without issue as well. Unlike, you know, me actively trying to save a world that I died in.
Yep.
So, we are now in a spot where we can continue on with all the other normal conversion tools and the like. All the way up until
Hopefully,
we get
yes.
to 1.20 one day in the future. I wonder what version it's gonna be by the time we, like, actually get to that. like such an
My
odd thing to
bet
think
would
about.
be 1.40. That's
Honestly,
my bet.
probably. That doesn't
We're
even
gonna go
sound
back on this live
sarcastic,
stream.
like...
We're gonna go back on this live stream in 15 years.
It's been 27 years! Untextured water. Gotta love it. Or untextured side of water. Will always be funny to me. The fact that creepers
Yep.
can blow it up in the first place is always gonna be funny to me.
I know, right?
Why am I bothering to pick up the gravel? I have basically 3 things of inventory space, and I am not giving them to that block. It does not deserve to be on the team. And here we
Okay,
have
I would
some spiders.
say priority to get some slabs.
I very well should. Can spiders climb walls yet?
I actually don't think so.
I don't think so. Also, you can see just dirt got blown up there. These creepers, they are no longer capable of making my
They've
life
been nerfed.
a living hell. They've been nerfed ever so slightly. They are still annoying. They can still blow up my house until I get these trenches back to their original purpose. There's the gold block over there, unironically kind of serving as a decent marker of where my house is. If I, like, use my peripheral vision to see that that is, in fact, yellow.
It was all part of the plan.
Part of me is wondering now whether I should have just, like, made pillars.
I made one for my world. It's actually very useful.
Yeah. I think I'll do it after I've gone ahead and made sure the house is completely fixed, which I'm not doing until the trenches are drained. Because I don't want to use up this stone until I know for sure that a creeper is not just gonna blow a hole in the side of the house again.
Yeah.
Alright, being
Now I
in
have
water
access
is
to also
suboptimal.
iron and gold blocks,
Yeah.
which can be used
Alright,
to
there's a
decorate.
thunderstorm warning. Gotta love it. Alright.
Just
Grab all these
toggle
arrows.
downfall.
Oh, exactly. Here, hold up. That's fog. There we go. Alright, downfall has been toggled. Gotta love F5 turning off and on rain. If only that was a thing in the current game. And here we have spiders, the bane of my existence. For those who were
It actually
here on the
gets really
practice
annoying
run.
when the different camera angle gets added, because every time you use F5 to look at yourself, it's also raining.
Wait, seriously? They didn't just remove it when they did that?
Nope.
That's
Nope,
really
it
funny,
stays raining.
actually.
Every
That's
time you look at yourself, it's
hilarious.
raining.
That's genuinely hilarious. Wait.
Yeah,
No shot.
it's real, I swear.
That's so dumb.
And the thing is, like,
Alright.
they didn't even add the forward facing F3, F5 after a while. So we could only look at the back of your shoulders, too.
Bruh. Alright, time to start going ahead and working on filling in this place. This
There's also
trench.
one version where, you know those modern PlayStation games where the camera is over the character's shoulder?
No
I
shot.
don't know
Was
if you
that one of the
know.
first person views?
Yeah, I think one of the first instances of that was with that camera angle.
That's so funny, actually.
Yep. It actually
Minecraft,
looks
the
surprisingly
RPG.
good.
No, like there's an
Like,
entire
it feels
like, mod
surprisingly
pack that-
comfortable.
makes the game kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
It works
unironically kind
surprisingly
of
well.
funny.
I kind of have a feeling that they just broke the camera.
I
And then let it be
Is it like
instead of fixing it.
the damage indicator bug
Yeah, probably.
that nobody actually realized was a bug?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh. I hear
Goofy game.
footsteps, and they are from skeletons. And I love it when skeletons are outside of my house, because you know what that means? There might be creepers. And you know what that means? I might have a brand new hole in my house.
Random explosions.
Fair and balanced gameplay.
I mean, yeah, if you leave this world running, it's just eventually gonna explode itself.
Well, yeah. At least to avoid my house getting damaged, after I got it to where the entire, like, insides of the trenches were just made of normal stone. I know I could have used cobble, but I wanted it for just the visual appeal, basically, to be normal stone.
Fair, fair.
Then I just did not go close to my house. Because, at the very least, despite them being able to see through walls, they cannot see you at a distance. And that was the saving grace in that regard. That as long as I didn't go to my house, my own home, then it would be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Which, is that fair? In the grand scheme of things? Probably not. But it got the job done.
I mean, fair is whatever you make it fair.
And that's why I'm making
Subjective.
trenches. Because things like this happen. These trenches are very dangerous for me, even without... Like, even with water being removed. These are still a massive threat to my well-being, because zombies will not hesitate to maul me to death if given the opportunity. And honestly,
I
that
have an
opportunity
idea
is
for
not
that
hard to...
bench.
What's your idea?
My idea is to make it deep enough so that any entity that falls to it dies instantly upon reaching the bottom. And then put slabs at the very bottom so that no mobs spawn in it.
Realistically, the only big thing I feel like I need to worry about is just making sure that it's deep enough that a creeper explosion doesn't get up here. Because practically speaking, it's not really an issue if things spawn down there, and it's not an issue if things can even see me down there. And if they don't die from it, that's not
I mean,
necessarily
skeletons
the
have pretty
problem.
good aim even down there.
Eh,
I've seen some skeletons hit me
Arrows-
from pretty ridiculous places.
while that is fair, arrows are far too janky in this one for me to actually be worried about that. Like,
True.
skeletons usually can't hit me through the window, because they'll get stuck on the air at the edge of the window.
I think you're gonna have fun working with slabs because they're so janky in this version. It's actually hilarious.
Ayo.
Like if you cover a slab with blocks all around it, it becomes a full block.
The slab itself does?
Yeah. Stops becoming a slab and becomes a full block.
And does that, when you break it, what does it give you?
It gives you one slab.
Okay. So you're just, like, visually changing it, basically. I'm guessing hitbox
No.
changing, too.
It actually changes the block to be... Because, like, if you place a slab down, and then you place another slab on top, it creates a full block. But you can do the exact same effect just by placing normal blocks around that slab.
Aye.
It's very janky.
Yeah?
And then there's the whole, using
See,
it as a sniper rifle.
there's a reason I have a trench inside my house as well. Look at this nonsense. This is absurd. I don't necessarily have to do anything about all these guys, but, they're stinking up my apartment, okay?
They're gonna stay, they gotta pay rent.
Exactly. And what rent is there to pay in this version?
Gold blocks.
Gold blocks ain't worth anything. Gold ore is where it's at. That's the valuable stuff.
That's a limited currency.
Exactly. There is 99 pieces of gold ore item in this world, and they are physically incapable of leaving my inventory.
Man, the economy is ruined.
Thank you, phone, for screaming about the thunderstorm warning. You know, it happens to the best of us. It is tornado season, so hopefully nothing comes of that, but, you know, I'm sure it'll be fine. If there's a tornado on stream, and everyone comes to my room like they always do when there's a tornado, because it's down in the basement, well...
Make sure to back up your world before the tornado hits the computer.
True. I'll back
Priorities
up to Google
right
Drive. If there's one thing I choose to save, it's this series. I won't have the hardware to play it, but one day it'll come back. I'll save this series before I save myself.
That's dedication right there.
That's the dedication I'm gonna need to carry me to the far lands.
Yep.
At the very least, the draining process is going quite nice. I have the bottom 2 blocks like that, which is fair. If something ends up happening and my stream just, you know, completely goes to butt, like if I lose internet connection, then that'll be unfortunate. Losing power doesn't matter too much.
I'm gonna assume the worst.
The nice thing about using a laptop and not a PC, because A, I just don't have a PC. There's no B, I just don't have a PC. Nice thing about using a laptop is if we lose power, it's not gonna just turn off, right? Like...
That might be actually, that actually might be what caused the corruption on my alpha world. Because I remember there was like thunderstorms happening, and my computer used to go out. Because it is a PC, it's not a laptop.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have a battery. So when the power shuts down, the whole computer shuts down. And you know how Minecraft versions are, especially the old ones, where they don't save properly if the game's not closed properly either. So that might be what corrupted my world, actually.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. If the power goes out, that just means stream ends and that I have to go ahead and... Hello, skeletons. Hello, spiders. Oh, okay.
We'll need to seek shelter from the incoming tornado.
I'll live. If there's a tornado, there are people that stand outside in my town during tornadoes. It's a little redneck village. You're gonna have some dingnuts. And if they can survive a tornado, then I'm sure my
Is it true that people shoot tornadoes?
Depends on the day.
Because I've seen memes about it, but I don't know if I believe that.
It's America. People shoot anything.
Oh no.
I believe it completely. I know I've seen, at least on one occasion, a guy stand outside their home with a gun during a tornado, but I don't think they shot at it. I just remember, like, seeing a guy.
They were ready. The tornado got one step closer.
Defend their property. Defend their home. Second Amendment rights. That Mother Nature has nothing on my rights. Christ.
That is really funny.
It's really funny. It's equally sad.
It is.
Okay, yeah, there is a lot of thunder out there. Jeez. I'm just seeing, like, the flashes. I will not be surprised if I lose power.
Okay, guys, we got a time limit for the stream.
Got a time limit. How long will it take for us to finish the trench before power just unexists itself?
Okay, here's the main challenge. Finish the trench before power cuts out.
At least the outside. Alright, that skeleton is down there. It's a non-issue right now. Here, I'm just gonna go ahead and place a bunch of dirt in that direction. And just start filling this in.
Have you looked into the missing versions of the game?
Not particularly yet. The thing is, right, I didn't have Java until a Pixelmon Reforged dev gave it to me. And I don't even have that account anymore.
No.
It was, from what I can tell, I think it was like one of those things just gotten off of like an alt website or something. Which, by alt website, now I know that that just means stolen Minecraft accounts.
Yeah.
But that account ended up, shockingly, not allowing me to log in after a while. So I'm going to only assume that either it managed to get pawned off to some other person somehow, or, you know...
I mean, Mojang probably locked it.
Well, no, because I don't think they did. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. I don't think they did. I asked about it, and they're like, oh, we can only help with ones gotten from the website. And I didn't know that, like, from official Minecraft, basically. They can't help with, like, if someone gives you a copy of the game, right? If someone sets up an account for you, then they can't help you, is what they said. Which, on one hand, I think is kind of dumb, but on the other hand, it was a stolen account, issue, right? I think.
Yeah.
So, no, I think.
I mean, I do know a method to get cheap Minecraft accounts legitimately, but most ways that people get it is like from stolen accounts. Yeah.
Yeah. But
the way that I get Minecraft accounts is the Turkish method. Basically, you set up a VPN to go and set your location to Turkey. Because apparently Minecraft is really cheap in Turkey.
I thought Minecraft was illegal in Turkey.
I think that was a myth. I think that was proposed.
Proposed, but not passed.
Pretty sure it's... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not illegal.
Maybe they made it cheap just for, like, hopefully getting it to as many players if it ended up getting banned. Maybe.
But essentially, it's like you buy a Turkish key, because Minecraft does have keys. I know a website that sells Turkish keys for very cheap. And then you use your VPN from Turkey to activate it on the official Minecraft website. And then you put in your normal email, normal Microsoft email. It just works. The email doesn't even have to be Turkish.
The Turkish method.
Once the account is set up, you can turn off your VPN and it's gonna work in any region.
And you can just buy it without like Turkish currency. You can just use like USD.
Yeah, because it's bought off of a key reseller. A key reseller accepts all currency.
Huh. That's really
how I get
funny,
my accounts.
Actually. How much cheaper is it?
I bought it for €8, when it's usually at 35, I think.
Yeah? Yeah, no, that's cheap. That's like about...
That is really cheap.
Close to like $10 USD, I'd say.
Yeah, it's the closest non-sketchy method I found to get legitimate Minecraft accounts that last forever.
Yeah, no, that's really clever, actually. I didn't think of doing something like that. Alright, well, chat, now you know the tech. Now you know the sacred method of getting your Minecraft accounts on the cheap.
Yeah. Lessons with Kiz.
This person is in the know. But yeah, I've not looked into, like, unobtainable Minecraft versions just because I've only... Oi! This dingnut. There's a creeper trying to get into my trench before it was open.
So, like, there's a few notable versions. I would like to get the version where spiders are brown.
I don't know if that was ever a version, was it?
I think it was.
Like, from what I hear, it was like last-minute texture change before release of this one. So I don't think
I think we have a screenshot of it. If we're not
Oh,
mistaken.
yeah. We have, like, I think, footage of it. The issue is that there was never... Ow. I don't think it was ever, like, in a version that was... Well, I say that. If it was in one, it was never released, right? It would have been an
I
exclusive
don't know,
Notch
actually.
dev build.
I mean, those have looked more.
Those have. Then it
Yep.
might be something that's obtainable. But I feel like anything that far back, especially considering how little of a shit Notch gives in this department.
Yeah, probably. It only probably exists in like some shitty old laptop. Maybe not laptop, but like desktop computer in some dumpster near Sweden.
Long since been sent to the fires.
We should go dumpster diving in Sweden to find Minecraft copies.
Alright, let me get a plane ticket.
Let's
On my
go.
way.
How crazy would that be?
That'd be so funny. That'd be such good content.
That would be good content.
Like lost media dumpster diving.
I spent
gonna go to
100 days
South
looking for
Korea.
Minecraft versions in the dumpster.
I'm gonna go to South Korea, find the missing PC release of Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team.
Let's go. More versions. Okay, I would love to get the Alpha 1.2 preview, which introduced the Nether, which was called the Slip in that version.
The slip?
Yep.
What?
The Nether was called the Slip originally.
I wonder if there's any version of console or... Like, I feel like it'd be console, right? Before the... When was the Nether added to Legacy Console? Or was it, like, basically just always in there by the time that had gotten released?
I do not remember. I never actually played Legacy Console.
Fair. I wonder if there was any version in which they considered putting the Nether reactor into Legacy. So no, Pocket
probably.
came first. Like, it wouldn't surprise me.
Early Pocket Edition versions are so quirky.
Part of me is considering one day, and I don't know if I'll do this, basically doing this series all over again, but Bedrock, and by Bedrock I mean starting on Pocket. And bringing it all the way up to, like, modern Bedrock.
Be prepared, if you're concerned about losing your world in Java, be prepared for 10 times the worst thing in Bedrock.
Yeah. Hi, Genji! Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Bedrock has serious bugs. Yep, bug rock.
Okay, I will say, at the very least, I would think Pocket Edition is, like, the least offender, just because that's what Bedrock actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Pocket Edition, Bedrock is fine on Pocket, like, on mobile, because that's what it is. It's Pocket Edition given a fresh coat of paint, and just shipped off to your grandma's Xbox. Like...
Yeah.
We had a working console version, but then they were like...
The problem is the consoles getting the mobile version.
Yeah. But that's not what I would be doing the series on, so... That's fine.
Yeah. And then, like, they release RTX, and then they don't support it. And the marketplace is filled with...
thing, huh?
Yeah, right now there's community fixes for it, but no official support.
That's so dumb.
Marketplace is outrageous.
Marketplace sure does exist. Gotta love... Okay, even some of the devs are annoyed, right? Because there's like an unofficial Ether port.
Yeah, I've talked about this at length on the MCDF Discord. But essentially,
here's a
yeah,
test of the... Hey, it doesn't... Oh, it blew up this part of the trench. Okay. I hate creepers.
Yep.
I hate them with a burning passion. I gotta unflood this, like, bottom part of the trench, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt to do. Because the creepers are still an active threat here, right? Like, the fact that it's even an issue for some of the devs of the game is equal parts funny and just kind of sad.
Yeah. Like, King B-Dog is not giving permission to some random people remaking the Aether and Bedrock edition. And then,
Yeah,
like,
that's...
it got released and then removed and then released again and then removed again.
Yeah.
And they were making serious money off of it.
That's also, I think, one of the biggest issues, right? I am all for mod creators, like, getting profit off of their mods. Like,
Yeah.
I know CurseForge has, like, an ad system inside their launcher, but then that money actually, like, a portion of that goes to devs. And
It's
that's
not very
nice.
good, though.
It's
I
not a
think
good
Modern
portion.
is way better.
Does Modern have something like that, too?
Yeah, I think it's 100% of the profits.
That is lovely.
I think CurseForge is only like 60% or something like that.
Man. Like, I'm all for mod creators getting profits. What I dislike is the entire scummy system Microsoft has set up for them to go about doing that through the marketplace. Like, the marketplace system is just, like, not user-friendly, and I feel like that can even make the people that make content for it look bad, when in reality, they're just using the system given to them. That makes the most logical sense. I mean, why wouldn't you want to get money off of that?
I mean, if you look at the marketplace right now, everything looks like a YouTube thumbnail.
Yeah.
It's clickbait so that you actually, you know, click on the thing and potentially buy it for real money.
Yeah. It's hard to distinguish actually, like, good content from just little Timmy who somehow manages to work for a group of people that make maps. Made a Minecraft map and is gonna charge you $15 for it. I keep forgetting that skeletons do in fact have melee. Like, you get up close to it. Okay, those spiders are horrifying. They can't actually get down into this trench, and I think that realistically might actually be a bit of a logistical issue. But we'll account for that later. Right now we need to just drain this.
Skeletons having melee attacks is really funny to me. Because it still exists in Modern and Minecraft when skeletons don't have a weapon.
In, like, all 3 scenarios where that ever happens.
Yep.
I say 3, that's being generous. Jesus Christ. Alright. Come on. I need you to get over here. Stop taking thorns damage somehow. Alright, you blow up there. There's a creeper over there. These trenches are so close to being what I need. And these creepers are actively making it look like that's not gonna happen for a while. Which, to be fair, this is entirely their fault, right? The creepers are what triggered the flooding in the first place. So the fact that
they're
are
a big
just...
reason for the trenches themselves too.
Yeah. These exist for the... Like, these exist to counter the creepers, and yet the creepers managed to counter this. Which I'm sure has some poetic value to it. It also has annoyance.
Yeah.
Okay. We've gone ahead, dried the outside. As long as nothing happens to the inside, like as long as the creeper doesn't blow a hole, triggering the inside to collapse, then we're good. Which let's be real, is incredibly likely to happen. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, but, you know, we're gonna hopefully get that settled before it has a chance to. We are going to start with the parts closest to where there's trench exits. Those solely existing for me to get out of there. Basically, there's like a connector between the trenches on... There's like 4 connectors between the trenches on the inside and outside of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And if a creeper blows up currently the dirt holding that in place, I don't want to use stone right now, then we're gonna have an issue. My big issue right now is that creepers take thorns damage upon hitting you. That's another big issue, I think. Alright, we're taking this guy over here. Okay. We're going to disarm you. Thank you. These trenches look like, in theory, they are going to work very nicely.
I hope they
Okay.
do. Oh, by the way, are you gonna check out the PC Gamer demo?
Yes.
I think it's a really cool version. You
Alright.
have pog cows.
I don't have arachnophobia. In fact, I think a lot of a lot of the spiders in real life are very cute. This is going to give it to me, if nothing else does. Just looking above my head and seeing like 5 spiders all trying to just completely devour me.
Use your arrows to get rid of them. Or punch too.
Alright, we have gotten out of the trench. You're gonna put a block there. Okay, it's me, Donut Guy. It's Donut Guy! Let's go!
Oh my god.
Hi, Donut
Hi,
Guy.
Builder
How you
Man,
doing?
Donut Guy.
It's the Donut Guy. Builder Man 6400.
How
Why did
you
I say
doing?
it like that? There's something wrong with me. I'm an American. I'm actively not saying 0. There's a problem.
Man, I'm looking at the PC Gamer Minecraft demo disc, and I kind of want to buy it.
Demo disc? Wait,
Yeah, the game came in a disc.
that's so funny, actually. Wait. And those are just...
Minecraft PC game.
That's like
disc.
just a thing that you can buy? How many PC Gamer demos were released?
I don't know.
Are you sure it's an actual one? Like, authentic?
I mean, it's on the wiki. There's a disc picture of it. Let me see if I can find a listing for that.
Alright.
Oh, it comes with an issue of the PC Gamer.
Oh, so it wasn't
Issue
like a demo
214.
for PC Gamer. It was a demo that came with PC Gamer. That
Yep.
makes sense. I thought it was like,
I don't know
for
where I
you to
would
review
buy it though.
That's fair. Sunbathe on- Alright. The thunder is wildin' right now. I'm just gonna start doing this from top to bottom. I think this is a safer option.
Man, it's so weird to me seeing beta terrain printed on a CD.
Yeah? What am I building? I am filling in these trenches. Right? These trenches are like my sole anti-creeper defense system. And then realistically, I think the only one that you can really kind of pull off in this version. And so I'm going ahead and making it to where it's not filled with water so that it can actually do its job. Right now, it can't really do its job, and that's not good. When you have an entire trench system with the sole purpose of defending your house from creepers... Am I with Blue Crab? No, that's Kiz. I was just showing off a tool that Blue Crab made. I got permission from them to show it off. Do a bit of promotion for it on stream, as well as promoting their channel. Which, by the way, if you have not already, click the link in the subscription to Blue Crab's channel and drop the sub. They are a very talented technical Minecraft player that does a lot of hard work with these old versions. They are the person that founded the Minecraft Discontinued Features wiki.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actual legend.
Yeah. Internet delay, I have T-Mobile Wi-Fi, and now there's a thunderstorm outside. I am sorry. If there was anything I could do, I would. However, right now, I'm in an even worse spot than normal. Like, if T-Mobile Wi-Fi was bad, this is somehow worse. T-Mobile Wi-Fi plus the fact that thunderstorms exist. Yeah, Blue Crab is the person that founded the Discontinued Feature wiki. They do a whole bunch of technical Minecraft stuff from what I can tell. I think they're on Prototech.
Yeah.
I want to say. Which is insane.
I actually don't know a lot about Blue Crab's involvement in Proto.
I don't either, I just know that they're in it. Alright, come on. Can you get rid of the single arrow, please? Not that difficult
Just
of a
shoot it.
concept. Just shoot the arrow and it'll go away. Blue Crab is like insanely chill from what I can say.
He is.
Like, they are more than happy to assist with like... You have an obscure issue relating to an obscure version of the game. That's your person to talk to, and they will most likely actually, like, respond.
And if
There's
they
no
don't know
reason
about it,
for
they'll
them
research
to.
it.
Yeah. Like, they have no obligation to do it. They just do it because they enjoy that.
Yeah, they're very passionate about the community.
Did Halfo Fake Kebab die? I have no idea who that is. Never heard that
Half of
name
a
in my
kebab.
life.
It is the founder of Omni Archive. They did pass away from cancer, unfortunately.
Oh. Wait, that's not good. I did not hear about
I
that.
think it was cancer. Yeah, it was like a year and something ago.
Damn.
It was very unfortunate. Because Omni Archive is a big part of the MCDF community.
Yeah, so I basically went down a rabbit hole, right? So I had been planning to do this series for a while. I've already said I started something akin to this, but while I was A, on Twitch, and B, not fully knowing what I wanted to do with it. And from just a random video that popped up in my recommended at like 3 a.m., I learned of Betacraft, and from there, Omni Archive. And then YouTube did the whole YouTube algorithm thing, showed me the item glitch, or not item, block transmutation. And from that, I found the MCDF wiki. And so now I want like a good portion of this series to be me trying out these discontinued features. Like I want to glitching before I started streaming. Like all the internet communities I was in were basically pertaining to glitching in video games, right? The biggest one of note, the big one that comes to mind would be Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Like, I don't know if you've played that before, but the Void glitch is...
I have not.
Yeah.
I played Black and White.
Alright. Unfortunately, it's not in that. They did change the way that Out of Bounds work. But after Missing No, the Void glitch is likely the most well-known glitch in Pokemon history. In that you would do a fancy little trick. On the Japanese version, it involved surfing onto a door in the Elite Four. And in everything else, you basically go ahead and use a fancy little bike pattern that allows you to enter the Void. And the Void is just maps having their IDs read from RAM. That's all it is. Basically, if you took the video game's RAM and just laid it out as a bunch of maps you could enter, that's what the Void is. And you could use that going to spots in the RAM to go ahead and like get different Pokemon. Like get the mythical Pokemon that would have been event only otherwise. And so in Platinum and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, unfortunately, they did, like, basically add invisible barriers out there, but in Diamond and Pearl, you basically had free reign. And then tactics were made to manipulate the Void, because it's RAM, and you can manipulate RAM. If you can find your way into a segment of it, you can navigate there.
That is actually so interesting.
Yeah. Then you could manipulate the map you could go to. So, if you look up a Diamond Pearl speedrun that's, like, glitches allowed, the current speedrun world record is skipping to the credit room just by like using a bike, entering the Void, and then in less than 100 steps after that getting to the Hall of Fame room. And it's insane. And recently, like, more and more glitches have been found. Like, originally it was thought to be impossible to get Arceus because of the way that the map worked. You couldn't just, like, get yourself into there like any other map. But a glitch was found by going to the Pal Park and basically going to there while in the Void, then taking its menu out. And the first option, the retire option, on the Pal Park menu, runs, for whatever reason, it doesn't just, like, run, like, it doesn't just say, okay, you ran this command, you will now leave the Pal Park. It runs the fourth script in that map's runtime. Which is, you know, when in the intended area, you ran this option, you will now leave Pal Park. But what would happen if you took that command, if you took that prompt, that option, outside of Pal Park? You would run the fourth script in the runtime of whatever map you were in. And then people use that to go ahead, then get to the Hall of Fame, and it just so happens that the fourth script in the runtime is the one that triggers the fight with Arceus. Which means you can get infinite Arceus. You can get the god of Pokemon infinitely by running that.
That is very interesting.
But it goes further. Because what happens if there's only 3 scripts in the runtime?
Oh.
Then it will run a command built off an area of RAM. And if you might see where this is going, let's say you found a map that put it into a manipulatable spot of RAM. Then you could manipulate the RAM and run any script in the game. At all. Be it fighting a Pokemon, giving yourself an item, And let's say one of those scripts allowed you to execute arbitrary code. So arbitrary code execution is possible in the game.
Oh my god. What the hell?
Which it had been discovered in all the Pokemon games prior. So that's... As far as Pokemon is concerned, it's nothing new. But I think this is the first time it's been discovered before a full decomp of the game was finished.
That's really funny. I love that.
Yeah.
I actually really love that. It reminds me of the Super Mario World code execution too.
Yeah, it's like the same vein. They're both arbitrary code execution. I know, like, can't you, like, program... Like, you can make Pong, basically. You can make Pong, or a Hex Viewer, or just whatever random nonsense your little heart desires, if you have the will to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing about Diamond and Pearl is it has something called the Poketch, right? And the
Right.
Poketch just has different apps, like a coin flip or a map marker. Or a calculator that you can put numeric inputs into. And people got it rigged up so that you can type in the bytes you want read as code into the calculator built into the game. It's absurd.
What? I'm confused.
The game has a built-in calculator through its basically in-game version of a smartphone. And you use that calculator to run the arbitrary code. Because the way it works is like, it's reading data from the RAM as code. And so you're able to put in values through that calculator. And then run that as code, making it incredibly easy to manipulate. It's not like in Mario World where you have to like throw shells in specific spots. You type numbers into a calculator.
What the hell?
Yeah, what the
Pokemon's
hell?
actually broken.
It is. But it's through that game that I got, like, my passion for glitching, right? And
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, I guess, I just never stopped to think there has to be a glitching community for Minecraft. I just never stopped to think about that. And so just going down, like, a random rabbit hole of content went ahead and allowed me
I think
to...
MCDF is a bit more specific than just glitching.
It is.
It's
But it's definitely
it's
like
going
my
through
type
version
of thing.
history. Uh-huh.
This is the kind of thing that I'm passionate about and that I'd like to learn more about. I've always been interested in the technical side of the game, and I know a tiny bit about it, relatively speaking. Not near enough. I'm not anywhere... Like, I can't read the code of the game yet. That's something I want to be able to do at some point. But until that
I delved
becomes...
into it recently. It's actually not that bad.
Yeah, I'm sure if you know what you're doing, it's not horrible. So I know that it's definitely
I
like,
was
I think
reading
within the realm
about
of
the Moon
possibility.
Dimension.
Ah, gods. Okay. Oh yeah, didn't you like have a server being hosted with that or something?
Yep, that's why I was reading about it.
I want to go ahead
so
and join that
essentially
at some point.
that'd be
I've intended
awesome.
to click on the link.
So I have my own Minecraft server, and it's a snapshot server, so it's always running on the latest snapshot. And one of the snapshots was the April Fool's snapshot, you know?
Yeah.
Where I introduced the moon,
The voting one?
the voting system, yeah. And all that cool stuff. The problem is, like, the snapshot after that,
Removed it.
the moon stayed in the files.
It did?
Yes, but it's no longer accessible by normal means.
Wait, are all the
and
blocks for the moon still in the files?
Yes, sir. The moon just stays there, inaccessible, forever doomed to catch dust.
No way!
But one person from the community, Turtle, I don't know if you talked to them. they reached out to me and said that it might be possible to bring the moon back. And at first, I was like, no, that's not possible. It's an April Fool's dimension. How the hell are you gonna bring it back?
No.
But it turns out it uses the exact same system as a data pack dimension. And because it uses the same system as a data pack dimension, it's possible to bring it back by reverse engineering it with the same exact features by using the data pack values.
No way. Wait, that's absurd.
And to give it the same flair as the April Fool's snapshot, we developed a mod so that it can have the exact same craters and moon rovers as the same seed-specific ones in the April Fool's snapshot. So the map that we created has 100% compatibility with the April Fool's snapshot version.
That's absurd.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it so much.
That's so cool. Like, I don't think
And after
the Infinity one isn't the same. I know that. Like, that was...
no, the Infinity
before
one
they
is
did that.
impossible because it's completely different to the data pack, the stuff. But the moon is using the data pack format, which makes it possible. So what we did is we polled the community and we asked, do you want the moon dimension back? And pretty much everybody said yes. So I commissioned him to start developing a mod for it, a server-side mod. And yeah, now we have the moon dimension on the server, brought
So-
back from the dead.
Wait, if the moon dimension wasn't removed, if all the files... Like, do you have to have a data pack running to have it?
Yeah, essentially yes. We also had to modify the world. We had to replace all the cheese blocks to endstone because cheese
Okay.
does not exist. But the files are still there. Like the game still recognizes there's cheese in there. It just doesn't know how to load it. So to
Will
help
be
it
like
out
some weird,
and
like, no ID block?
it turns into air if we
That
load
would
it
be an
normally.
issue.
So to actually make it look like the moon, we put it to endstone. And then the craters and rovers were a bit of a problem because we can't recreate those with the data pack alone, so we had to use a mod, a fabric mod to bring those back. But they are 100% the same
Reverse engineered.
as the yep. So they have the exact same terrain as the April Fool's one.
No shot.
It is awesome. And anyone can join with no mods installed. Basically,
Is it
to get to the
build a
moon,
nether portal on the moon?
it is not.
Because part of me wonders if it still has, like, the world file in there, right? If it
Mhm.
still has, like, the data from the moon, like, if you genned a world, and then, like, if you genned a world in the snapshot, got to the moon, and then brought over that world into a new one, but with, like, the mod and the data
Mhm.
pack,
Yeah.
and I'm stuck in here. This is very bad for my health. Then part of me wonders, like it would still work, yeah?
Yeah. You essentially have a fourth dimension.
So even without that, right? Even without the mod, that's still a fourth dimension. If you could somehow
is. You
access
just-
it, right?
You just can't access it normally. Because
How did
the way you
creatures
get to the
load?
moon, in the April Fool snapshot is that you gotta get to Y700.
Mhm.
And that functionality is obviously not there in the vanilla game, so you can never normally access the moon. We added that functionality back in, so if you reach 700Y in the server, you get back to the moon. You get teleported there.
If you have a nether portal, say like in the end, will it bring you
Mhm.
back to the end if you go through the portal in the nether? Or will it bring you to the
No.
overworld? Okay.
It brings you to the overworld.
And do custom dimensions and data packs work the same? I'm guessing.
I mean,
Like hypothetically,
the
if you had
custom
another portal.
dimension-y. I mean, it depends. I actually am not the best at this because I'm not the one who developed the thing. It was
Yeah.
Turtle. So
It'd be
if
easy
you want
enough
the
to
specifics,
test.
you'd have, yeah.
I can just
You'd
go
have
into
to
like the
ask him.
world on a voting update and test that. Because part of me wonders if you could somehow smuggle like another portal into there. And I don't know if that could even be done in current day Minecraft, but if you could and it did just put you back in there, sure it'd turn everything into air, but then you just have like an entirely void dimension that you could access,
Sure.
which would still unironically be kind of cool.
The only blocks that you'd be actually I have a video about that because I did explore the dimension in a vanilla sense, like what would happen if I accessed them. I have a video about that. Let me go get it. But essentially, you only have bedrock at the bottom of the world. Bedrock would stay. It's the only block in the moon that would actually stay without modifying
bedrock?
anything. Yeah, at the bottom of the world.
That's really funny, actually. I thought it'd be something like you could fall off and then go to the... I've not been to the moon yet.
It is a weird dimension. A lot like the end. I sent you the link to me exploring it if you want to take a look.
Yeah, I'll watch that video after I'm done with stream.
Sure.
Which will probably be soon. I got the trench done. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these leaves. And I think I'll have like a means of having mobs on the top floor drop down. I say that, so how does mob spawning on... Like, you said that they can't spawn on top of slabs, right?
I don't think so.
I mean... Hopefully
at least I have not seen it yet.
It'd be an easy test. I could, like, open up MC Edit and just cover the whole thing with slabs.
Yeah. The thing about the moon is that...
Top or like, is it just if it's a bottom slab, or does it work if it's a full block, would be the question.
I don't think it works if it's a full block. If it's a full block, it probably just still lets them spawn in.
Alright.
Thing about the moon is we're still developing it. Like, moon cows obviously don't exist, so we're gonna replace them with normal cows, with custom loot drops.
Okay.
We're gonna try to add the gravity back, the moon bases coming out the moon rovers.
So basically, it just saves the fact that there was a dimension loaded, but not much past that. It doesn't have the code for the moon or anything past that.
Nope, it doesn't recognize it at all.
Okay. I was about to say, like... That's what I had thought at first. I'm not surprised if it's saving the dimension stuff. I'm sure that if you, like... I'm sure if you went ahead and converted a special level .dat to a normal one, I would think it still has the data for the dimensions, you just can't access those.
Yeah.
Like, it's a save file, it's gonna save stuff in it.
Yeah, essentially you have a save file, but nowhere to actually open it.
And with the infinite snapshot, that would be more difficult, because that's, like, essentially programmed, like, a mod into it, versus... That one is just using the built-in data pack system that they implemented. When was that?
I don't know.
How's the thunderstorm going? I've not heard any lightning in a little bit. It's so cool though in concept. I need to hop on that at some point. I still need to play more Turtle. I need to like work on my hotel. Now I have to try that out.
I gotta finish the video about Turtle.
Alright, the spiders are invading my house. And I don't know if they spawned up here or climbed up here or a bit of both. I will never know, and I will forever live in fear that they can probably do both.
Yep.
Alright, who out here pinging me? Oh wait, that's you. Let's see here. Alright. Are you guys in Texas? No. I do not live in Texas. I live in the
I
States,
live in
but Texas
Portugal.
ain't it. Me when I live in Portugal.
Yep.
I've never been there. I've never been out of country.
I mean, fair.
I don't know
same.
what these spiders are up to, but I'm gonna assume they can't climb up because otherwise they would be trying to climb up this like side thing and they aren't, so we're good.
They're so
Which is-
menacing when they jump.
Well, I say that I don't know how I'm gonna go about this. I don't want to have the trench expanded because then there's a very real risk of like the whole place just flooding.
I
Break
think
the
you gotta
wrong-
go by sections.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and say that spiders aren't gonna be like this for long enough to be concerned about it. And that if I died to
Yeah,
a spider, it's a certified skill issue.
You said it yourself.
Yep. Alright. So, now that the trenches are done, because this, realistically, protecting from all other mobs is a bonus. That's all it is. It's not what the trenches were made for. They were specifically designed with creepers in mind.
Right.
The walls are made of stone, and it's deep enough so that if or when a creeper inevitably blows up down there, it's not going to touch up here. This is perfectly safe, it is immune, and it's wonderful. I am not perfectly safe and or immune. Get me out of here. We need to go ahead and make an exit part. Mobs aren't going to be smart enough to use it, realistically speaking. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay. Over here is where my exit chamber will... This is why we can't fucking have nice things. Alright, it's fine for now. You know what? I'll live. This is why we can't have nice things. Immediately floods the trench with water. This is what I was talking about.
No.
I can fill all that back in. It's fine.
You broke one block and everything
One
goes
block.
to crap.
That's all it takes. This is why we can't have nice things. Whatever. This is very quickly going to start costing me stone, and that is a precious material in this version. I say quickly, not too fast, but regardless, I don't like that. Okay. So I want the way out to be indestructible as well, right? Like, that only makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we can't have nice things. I'll
Damn
worry
you,
about
Notch.
the... Soon enough. Dang it, Notch. What were you smoking? I have enough stone to end up fixing my house. And realistically, that roof is just gonna end up being made of cobble. I think.
There goes the 99 stack.
Yeah. Still an illicit stack. I mean, it's an illicit item, so it's fine. Like, the reason I had 99 stone was specifically because I knew I was gonna want to use it for something. The ores, they're realistically just taking up my inventory space.
Mm-hmm.
Water's everywhere. Jesus. Alright. It's fine. The stairway being flooded's not actually a big issue. It's the trenches that I'm worried about. The stairway's easy to fix. Okay. I have a way out for when I inevitably fall in there with a metric ton of zombies and whatnot. Okay. Make it aesthetically pleasing trademark. Alright. We're down to 47 stone. That's going to be enough to make the needed repairs. Uloch Alan Becker. Never heard of him. Okay. Dang it. This is why we cannot have nice things. Alright. Gotta slowly but surely fix this water issue. We are going to conquer the water. That is the moral of the story here, right? Is that water sucks. Water should never have been added to the game because it's a bad feature trademark, alright? If I could change anything about Minecraft, I would say, ew, water.
Water in this version feels like quicksand.
I'm sure it's very similar. Oh look, a creeper. I'm not confident that that's low enough. Probably because it's not. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cry. We're gonna bring this creeper over to a point where there's already a hole in the house. Not you. Die. Oh look, more water. Water's everywhere, but not in my trench because it's sealed off. This water can reach outside of it as much as it wants. It ain't touching my trench. He makes animation versus Minecraft. He has like $400 million views on YouTube. What?
What?
I wish that YouTube views were a currency. I would make bank off of a random Pichu audio rip from a niche Pokemon game. Alright. Oh wait, yeah, creepers can blow up the water. That's not really practically useful to me. So I'm not even gonna attempt to, like, space their explosions to make it work. But it's funny that they can.
Yeah,
Also, my
not very
shroom
useful.
supply
It
is
only
getting
takes one
far too
one
low.
source for it to all go back.
Yeah. My shroom supply is very low. This is suboptimal.
And you're gonna fail the speedrun.
We're below time! We're gonna have to try this fancy niche trick that's too dangerous to do normally. It's called
Once you
the
finish
Obama
the trench.
skip.
Oh no. Once you finish the trench, you gotta say, "And time!"
And
New world
time
record.
pulls up. Christ. Like, there's
There
a
is
creeper
actually
on the
a
other side of the
MCDF
screen.
speedruns.
For what?
I don't know. I know it exists though. Let me search it up. Speedrun.com, Minecraft. Minecraft Java Edition unobtained. So,
Alright, we lost a plank. We lost a good plank today. Oh, wait, no, we lost a log! Did we lose a log? We lost a log! No! Ah. We lost a log!
okay, so somebody speedrun the game by using different versions, and their time was 6 seconds.
I think I saw that, yeah. I don't
They used
remember
the
much about it, but I
End
know I saw
portal
it.
stuff.
What, did they, like, spawn in... Like, did they spawn in a version where they, like, got end portals or something, and then go to one that just didn't
Exactly.
have the dragon?
No, they went to a version that had them spawn in creative mode. So they just spawned and then placed down the end portal frames, and then they activated them and then went through the portal.
And killed the dragon in 6 seconds after that?
No, they didn't kill the dragon. They went through the portal while in the end, which brings them to the overworld, which, you know,
So they got credits.
yeah.
Wait, that's clever, actually. That's just the kind of, like, niche... This technically isn't against the rules, but we're gonna say that it is now, and we're gonna have a new category. And I love it when
So
things like
there's
that
only
happen.
one speedrun for getting Bedrock, and it took 20 minutes, and the guy that did it was from Antarctica.
It would be an Antarctican. I'm not surprised in the slightest. If you're a person that's able to live down in Antarctica, you're a person that's capable of basically doing anything.
Right. I don't know who's
And there's a
moderating
non-zero chance
this
I die.
leaderboard though.
I am basically tapped on mushrooms. This is a dangerous game.
You might want to go hunt down pigs. Or
I think
create
I'm
a
going to
backup.
have to do just that, yeah. Okay. I have one mushroom left. This is not good. How's there a spider in this one block area? Okay. Probably just spawned there. Niche spider placement. Losing a log is devastating, because that means losing more stone to fix it. Honestly, I think... I think just the floor needs to be made out of stone, the floor in the trench. I'm fine with cobblestone being everything else. But I still like to keep what stone I have left. It's not even like an illegal item stack anymore. It's just an illegal item. This is sad. Your friends
You
with
should
Captain Solo?
try.
Nice. Pig.
You should
Pigs.
try the slabs
Oh wait, yeah.
or the floor. Or the walls as well.
There's no way of dropping items, so I have to place them.
Yeah.
We're gonna make an awkward... This is gonna be the trash heap. Frickin' landfill.
Like, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna need one. When I have all of 3 inventory spaces, and realistically 2, because saplings are gonna take up a lot of... Like, take up one of them at almost any moment. Saplings and dirt. So that leaves me with 2 left. And I can burn saplings at the very least. I can get rid of them without much problem. But I feel like the landfill is just gonna be a bunch of blocks that I don't want, and then every so often I'll lure a creeper over there. I say every so often, as if I'm gonna be in this version long enough to have to deal with that. I go hunting for mushrooms, and I'm immediately just harassed by spiders. I have arrows, I need to use them.
Yeah. Arrows are actually pretty good.
The issue with spiders is that they will dodge your bullets. They will actively dodge your bullets. Alright, there's a pig up yonder. Spiders are by far, I think, the most cracked mob in this. Like, I was looking at the normal Minecraft wiki, the fandom. May that rest in peace whenever that rests in peace. Okay. Jesus, okay, I'm getting pushed off a mountain. Ah, gods! I hope it does too. Okay.
I hope it moves
like,
to
I was
Ricky
seeing
GG.
things say like, oh yeah, the skeletons are the most dangerous mob in the game. No. No, spiders are. Alright.
Yeah.
This is where I go ahead and make a backup, because unlike the last times, I have illegal items. I have illegal items that I don't want to be losing.
Yeah, I don't like how close you are to dying.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a new folder.
I'm always
ST.
nervous when I close down the game. Because it doesn't feel like it's safe.
Yeah, I've just accepted it as a truth.
Yeah, I don't know, it feels iffy.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and hunt down some more mushrooms. So I wanna get some slabs. Right? I'd like to goof off with that a little bit. Okay, run. Get out of there! There's skeletons that way. I'm on all of 4 hearts. And I hear footsteps and I don't see mobs. So I'm scared. I'm hungry and scared and alone. And the game won't even let me use my proper skin.
I
Despite
think you're
having
using
switched
the
over to it.
Betacraft's skin.
No, this is... Ah! Okay, 2.5 hearts. Alright, I'm in water. These guys move slower in water. It's just a universal constant. 2.5 hearts. Living on a prayer. Ah! 1 heart. Okay. 1 heart. We need mushrooms. Stream ends if I die. But realistically, it's not actually gonna truly be death because I backed up the world this time like a sane person. We'll just start where I backed it up. And we'll be on 4 hearts and we'll be very sad, but we'll be alive and we'll have our items. Because I have no shame. Alright, I don't even need to spam the click. I can just hold it. Okay. There's spiders over there. And there's no pigs. Why is the game like this? Notch, what were you smoking? My beautiful house is over there, and I am, you know, a 4-block fall away from dying.
You are in need of medical assistance.
Medic!
Doctor.
I need to play that game again. I need to play some more Team Fortress. I know that you guys have, but I've been busy playing GTA Online this whole week. That's why I haven't streamed. I've just spent all my free time playing that with Pix and Genji and Damen. Alright.
We only play GTA in single player.
Online is good when you have a group of people to play with. So you're not having to just bear the brunt of public lobbies. Which, fortunately, I have yet to do.
Right.
I am a sheltered individual. The pains, the horrors of the outside world, I needn't concern myself with them.
I feel
You gotta go shopping? Bye.
Goodbye.
Alright. This pig seemed like it was stuck on an invisible block or some weird stuff. It was like, its AI broke. Alright. I'm at 6 hearts. This is an improvement. Not a huge one, but an improvement. Alright, I'm not even gonna tango with that skeleton.
Improvement is an improvement.
It is, it is. Alright, there's some coal ore and there's a spider. And I kind of want that slab, just for the sake of being able to, like, punch things for comedic effect. 3 shots gets a kill. Always remember, never forgetty.
Never forgetty spaghetti.
Bo shizzle. Okay, that's curse. It can drop more than 2 slabs.
Yeah.
A full block. Okay, to be fair, iron and gold drop multiple full blocks, but still, in the context of slabs, that just hurts.
You're gonna need a lot of them, so it's convenient.
No, that's fair. It's just curse.
It's not natural, I'll tell you that.
Very little things in this are. Alright, the gunners want me. I'm just so popular and famous and cool and quirky. They are guarding pigs! Alright. Death or Sovngarde. Blood and Darkness. Arrows are so weird in this.
I really want you to try the sniper rifle.
Is it with arrows or do I
Bless
just
you.
get the punch?
No, I just punch.
Do I have to like punch through? Am I punching the slab or?
I would advise you to do that once you're suitable with health and in a safe location. Just so you can experiment without the fear of dying.
Wait, I got it. I sure as heck know I wasn't in normal range of those things. I think I got some version of that.
It works anywhere on the map, from any distance, any height.
So is it
That's
just like you
great.
have the slab and you like hit in the top part of it, or you just hit
No,
the
you
slab
hit-
itself?
You hit the slab itself, but you gotta aim towards the entity that you wanna hit.
Alright, so let's see here. There's some pigs. I guess it's like better done from a height. Alright, so there's some pigs. Oh, I got a shot off.
I think it's best done with high altitude.
Definitely. So I know the glitch now. I got the gist of it.
It's
Time
so
to claim my
funny.
prize. Slabs have now taken the first slot of my hotbar. This is a sad day for the Phantasap community.
You now
We
have a
finally
gun.
hit rock bottom on mushrooms. Still, we are back at a technically net positive on mushrooms. We have 4 of them on us and full health. It's hunting season, lads. Hunting season. I guess the play would be like set up sniper towers, right?
Yeah.
Like set up towers around the map that I can just go ahead and stand in.
Yeah. Snipe all the pigs and skeletons, spiders. And then reap the rewards.
I also love how the slab displays as a full block when it's dropped. That's very funny.
It is. I love how items look dropped in this version in general.
Yeah. Alright, I have a really dumb idea. Also, let me grab some slabs. Hold up. This is gonna be funny. We're gonna convert trees into sniper towers. Because trees, as they are in this version, are more of a pain in the butt than anything. The leaves don't decay, and so you just kind of want to die inside.
Yeah.
We're gonna change that. We're gonna create tactical sniper towers out of trees.
Oh
But first we're
no,
gonna
you're
get rid of-
becoming Vietnamese.
See, the best... Blah. I was thinking of a good quote, and then I took fall damage, and then I forgot. This is a sad
I
day.
am the Lorax and I speak for the trees. The trees
The
speak
trees can't be
Vietnamese.
harmed if the Lorax is armed. Dr. Soups, 1907.
Thank you, very cool.
We're gonna arm the Lorax. And we're gonna defend
It must
it
have
from
been in the
creepers.
manga. I think they retconned that for the anime.
Yeah, unfortunately. That was honestly my favorite scene. It was gonna be in the Illumination release, but then they cut it.
They got bought up by DreamWorks.
Yeah. Okay, the fucking Lorax movie is so funny to me, because it was almost something that could have actually been kind of hype, and it just wasn't.
I've only watched snippets of it. Like, it used to come up on TV, but I never watched it from the beginning.
Alright, let's see here. Basically, what had happened with that, right, is that, like, there are multiple songs have been released from it in, like, a bit of a demo type deal, right?
Okay.
And basically, it seems like it was actually going to have a much darker tone through the movie, which, when a lot of things say that it's like, oh, kind of edgy, it makes sense for the Lorax. You know, the original book and even like the original show that was made for it. I say show, like a little short movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had much darker connotations. But
Right.
what ended up happening with this one, right, is that, you know, the entire message of the Lorax as a story is like anti-corporate greed. And then corporate greed happened to the Lorax, and they significantly toned down that message, and it's really funny.
I mean, yeah.
Like, it's so weird to me. Alright. So if I go ahead then, I'm designing my sniper tower.
I am the Lorax and I speak for the trees. The tree says we haven't made enough money for this fiscal year.
Yeah, that's painfully accurate, actually. Alright. Yeah, what's the strat to this?
I love the transformation of this tree.
Tree Deluxe Edition.
Comes with the battle pass.
The Phantasap Sniper Tree. And then we can start linking these trees together, right? Creating a more advanced platform.
Man, I can't believe Notch added a battle pass to the survival test.
Christ. Alright. How do I want to go about this? I want the tree edges to be sand. Just for the sake of some amount of design, I don't know. I'm sure there's some reason I have behind making the corners of the trees sand, but until I think of that reason, we're just going with it regardless.
I think
doesn't
the
need to
reason
be
is
any
graphic
rhyme or
design
reason.
is your passion.
Exactly. Graphic design is my passion. Alright. Taking any moment I can to just make water not exist. That's just the way
We should
of
have
water.
a delete water button.
Bruh. You know what
I mean, we
I'm
kind of have.
excited
It's called
for?
sponge. What?
I want fences to exist. So that we can
Oh,
have
yeah.
the delete gravity button.
That's true.
Because that was a thing that existed for the longest time. And then...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I find that so dumb that it got patched. On one hand, I get it, you know. Servers exist, and maybe people on servers don't like it when gravity ceases to exist. Okay, fine, fair. But I'm still gonna be salty about it.
Yeah. I mean, it was gonna happen eventually.
It was bound to happen. It's just sad that it did.
Be happy it existed in the first place.
When I break that, it gives me 2. Alright, so let's try your little trick. Yep. There we go, full blood.
Yep.
It's so funny to me. That just costs the 1 slab.
Economic.
I can't wait to get that block in survival. Isn't that a thing you can do?
Mm-hmm. The smooth slab, double slab. You can get it with transmutation.
Okay. I don't know how I want to graphic design this, and frankly, I think I'm just gonna start putting slabs everywhere. It's funny because I don't even know how, like, this is just for this version, right?
Slab?
The slab
Trick?
punching.
I have no idea. This isn't. I've never seen this before. Basically, I've never seen anyone talk about this. Haven't
This is,
found
like,
any documentation
undocumented?
on it. Yeah,
Alright, well, we're gonna
I found
start
an
the
accident, like.
documentation. Every version, we're gonna go to our sniper trees and just see, are we still able to do that?
Like 10 versions from now. Okay, we're in InfDev 23W. I
It's
don't
a
know
s-
any InfDev version
It's gonna be a sad
by
day for the
memory.
Phantasap community when sniping gets patched.
It's likely gonna be the very next version.
Oh, most definitely. Well, you say that, but like, if this is a completely undocumented bug, then the question has to be, how long was it until someone important found it? Because
I
if
mean,
no player found it until this long, at least not enough for it to actually be like a known feature, then you have to
you know
wonder
what I
how long
believe
it
might have
took.
happened
What?
is that Notch accidentally created the bug. And the same way he accidentally created it is the same way he accidentally fixed it. He didn't even know it existed and he still fixed it.
I think that'd be really
Accidentally.
funny. The question is, when did that happen? And yeah, probably just next version.
Likely. Since they're constantly tweaking the state of slabs.
Alright, so you see,
Like, I think slabs are constantly changing in
you see
beta
that
and alpha
skeleton
and
over
mid
there?
Yeah.
Hold up. What skeleton? It managed to shoot an arrow before it fell into the water. And we killed it. That's so cool, actually. That's
You
unironically
can confirm your
kinda
kills
nice.
by looking at the score.
Oh wait, yeah,
The
that's
score
true.
increases, you've successfully killed it.
I love the concept of the sniper trees.
It's actually awesome.
This is also just like a very good way to like wall an enemy out.
Mm. Like if you have a bunch of skeletons near pigs and you just want to go get the food, you can take out the sniper
Hey
style.
guys. Come this way. That's so good, actually. Oh, and then
Yeah.
suddenly spiders. Hey guys. It's versions of the game. You gotta abuse every tool.
I mean, the mobs
disposal.
abuse you, don't they?
Yeah, they can see me through walls. I'm allowed to snipe them from a distance, okay? That's just fair.
Yeah. This is why I love old Minecraft. There's undocumented stuff that is yet to be discovered by people.
And people don't actively search for it outside of, like, this community. Because
Yeah.
people just
Why
don't
would
play
they?
it.
Why would you search for bugs in a 14-year-old version of a game?
Sniper duel. I win.
I wonder why.
Listen, he just got outplayed. Frankly.
Skill issue.
Exactly! You get it.
Reposa.
For real, for real. I think it's just if you put a block on top, it, like, connects to it. I don't think
Not
it necessarily
necessarily.
needs to...
Because
sure?
if you place the scaffold, like if you put blocks on top and then you put the slab below it, then it doesn't turn into a full block.
No, I'm saying if you put a block on top of a single slab, it just consistently turns into a full one.
Yeah, but I mean, if you put the block on top and then you place the slab, then it doesn't do that.
I mean, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Here. I think it wants to. I think it very much wants to make a slab. I just don't think it's capable of doing that.
Yeah.
Technically an X-ray.
Stop cheating.
I will cheat as
we're
much
two
as
versions.
I want.
We're two versions into this world, and you're already cheating.
I'm already X-rayed.
Oh my god. Wait, can you actually X-ray to see the caves?
I can X-ray through the top of the slab.
I want to see the caves.
Trying to think, how would I have an idea. We may have discovered an X-ray glitch. We're gonna go ahead, get away from all the monsters. We'll even, like, lock ourselves in here. That's a horrid idea. Always have a way out. No, it's just through the block. I think how it is X-raying in this version is just not possible. Like, even if you're standing inside a block, it just shows you the textures of the blocks around it.
True, yeah. That's true,
Which,
you're right.
I don't know why. That's the thing.
I think it's because slabs work slightly differently than normal blocks.
No, I mean, like, why it's not a thing in current Minecraft. Like, that'd be the end-all X-ray glitch fix. Just bring back that, unless they broke something along the way, or just actively
The problem with that is that
it
lags the game to render every face all the time.
Well, then, couldn't you just go ahead and, like, do a check? Is player head inside block? If yes, make the ones surrounding them have textures.
I think that's how they do it in Bedrock.
Are X-ray glitches just not a thing in Bedrock?
I think they might be, but the way that, like, imagine if you're stuck inside the wall, all that you see is the block that you're stuck inside of repeated all around you, so you can't X-ray.
I got 99 glitches and X-ray ain't one.
Yep.
That's
I
great,
can't believe
actually.
Notch patched out X-ray on survival test. That bastard.
That absolute buffoon. How could he? This is why the Microsoft purchase was a good thing, actually. Bruh.
Yep.
I don't know.
We
That
need
would
an
forever
X-ray
be one
back.
of the weirdest things. Some good things definitely have happened since the purchase, but come on, I don't think it needed to happen.
No, definitely not. I feel like the game would be in a better position without it.
I feel like it would have been a much different game, and I don't know if it'd be the #1 selling game.
Maybe
But-
not, because I don't think Mojang would necessarily invest in bringing all the all the versions together like they did for Bedrock.
I'm sure it would have happened, but it would have been after things like Fortnite and Rocket League happened, because weren't those like some of the first ones to ever even have crossplay?
Yeah. And I think 4J would be involved.
4J would definitely be involved, and 4J, given the love that they've put into that, I feel like they would definitely make it work much better.
Yeah,
I think the issue there would then come from the fact that, like... What's it? Okay, hold up. They've taken my slab! The issue would then be, like, how do you implement that on console? hang on, Pocket. Putting... Like, here's the thing, right? Bedrock, I'm sure would have existed in some fashion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there would be some
I mean,
separate version, and
I
on
think Bedrock
computers...
Edition would be based on Console Edition and not Pocket Edition.
It's the logical thing. Although I also feel like that what would end up happening is console and Pocket would just stay its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
At least for like
Yeah,
until
unless
we get to...
Pocket would be switched to 4J, like 4J would be given the keys to Pocket.
I don't think that's the issue. I think that Pocket, just given how it was for a while, wouldn't be able to handle the way that like Legacy Console was kind of coded. Because given the end of like the lifespan of like the PS3 version and all that, they run fine. It's playable, but it's definitely not like, it's not great. I love Legacy Console. The performance on the old gen consoles did not age wonderfully. And to be fair, that was just because 4J was pushing that console to its limits.
I mean, you could say Bedrock as it is doesn't run very well on consoles.
It doesn't
Especially
run
on the
well on
Switch.
consoles in forms of being buggy, but performance-wise is usually fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like just in terms of performance, I don't think mobile would be able to handle, at least at the time, how
at the time.
Legacy Console was. PS4
That's
is like a non-issue.
That's like trying to put a PlayStation 3 game on a mobile phone.
Which nowadays would be doable, I think. On
Yeah,
current
nowadays
devices.
it's fine.
But back then, when they like were basically just recently getting like the Nether and all that just stuff, like once they were
Back then
finally
my
getting
phone
that,
would crash when I opened up the web browser.
Yeah. Playing Minecraft on my Nokia. But yeah, the point stands that, like, I think Pocket just would be left out of whatever the Bedrock equivalent would have been in that timeline until it got strong enough to join, or it could just be its own version forever. I don't know. I think Pocket Edition people would
Java
probably
would be
used
the
to it by
king.
now.
I think Java
From what
would
I
be the
can
king in
tell-
the sense of more players would be playing Java than Bedrock.
I don't think so.
No?
I think given the love that 4J had put into console, I think that means that having crossplay, you'd have all the people going to it for the sake of I want to play with my friends, and not as much complaining about it being a bad a bad port from mobile.
But keep in mind that the mobile is one of the biggest for Bedrock.
Yeah. I think Java
And
probably
it being
would
its own
have...
version.
Well, no, I still think that it'd do more because you're still combining all the sales of all the console versions.
True.
And that's a significant number. So,
I'm
like,
wondering
I think...
if there's any timeline where they would do, they would bring, what is it? Oh, my brain is not working very well now. They would bring,
Legacy console to PC?
No, the other way around. They would bring compatibility from Java to Legacy console.
I think...
So, crossplay.
It would be easier than doing it with Bedrock. Because from what I've seen and what I've, like, read, I've looked a little bit into, like, some of the technical community for the... Like, I've looked into the modding community for Legacy Console.
Yeah.
Legacy Console, from what I can tell, is built more similarly to Java than it is to Bedrock. Which makes sense, logically. It's coded in C, but structurally, it's more similar to Java.
Right.
Since Pocket basically had to be built to run on a potato, with like, there's a reason that Bedrock is generally more optimized than Java. I'll give it that.
It doesn't execute the bugs.
But I'll give credit where credit is due. They're just slowly but surely taking away what credit is due, but I digress.
I mean,
It's-
even recent Bedrock Edition versions are becoming a bit unreliable.
Yeah. I think in that timeline, we would probably have either... We'd have a port, I'd say, to PC. A port of Legacy Console to PC. In the same way that we
Mhm.
have, like, Minecraft Windows 10 Edition. And that would be a thing for a while, and then maybe at some point they merge it in Java. Or convert Java. But unlike with, you know, making Bedrock the only version, because of how similar they are, I don't think there'd be as much of a backlash from the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're built, like, essentially, Legacy Console is a port of Java to consoles written in C and designed for consoles.
Yeah.
So if they just converted the codebase over to C of Java, I feel like it would essentially be them merging the two.
That'd be very interesting.
It'd be a very different timeline, especially like modding wise. And it would,
all
I
mods
feel like,
would
be a
have
bit
to be
damaging
rewritten.
to the... Yeah, and it'd definitely be a bit damaging, I'd say, to like the player base of older versions. Well, I say that. I guess it would realistically just be having both C and Java installed and being able to load it up in that. They'd be a bit different, I think, technically speaking, but it would also make Java more
I don't even know if they
optimized.
could. I don't even know if they could make it like feel the same game.
If they just ported it over to C, if they merged it with Legacy Console, it would be. I can say that, like, Legacy Console is just Java on console. Bedrock is Microsoft having a field day.
Man,
There are different
Bedrock
mechanics.
Edition scares me.
Yeah. There are gonna be, like, some different mechanics, but unlike with Bedrock, outside of the fact that, like, you could put horses in boats until last update. Like,
Why? Why?
Minecart
I thought they would bring that
parody.
to Java, not remove it.
Nope. On
Those
Legacy
bastards.
Console, minecarts were actually still, like, pretty good. The minecart never fully died because of the fact that it was, like, I want to say at least twice as fast.
Yeah,
And I
minecarts
want
were
to say
faster.
furnaces were faster as well. Like, a lot of mechanics were just faster. Because I feel like the game just kind of respected your time a bit more. And those are the features I hope would have come to the other versions. And I think in the timeline where there was a legacy Java merge, where 4J was, like, heavily involved in that, I think it would have.
And I wish, like, Mojang would just buy up 4J, have them
I
develop.
think in that timeline it would have happened. Right? I think there would have been a
Yeah.
merge.
Instead of Microsoft buying Mojang, it's Mojang buying 4J.
I think it'd be Mojang 4J merger in that. Then Mojang has a bit better of a schedule as far as things go on the console release. That was always one of the issues. They got their updates long after.
Mm.
And I think Bedrock was like that for a bit, but now it's more or less on the same schedule.
Yep.
It would have been a much different timeline, and honestly one that I would not have minded seeing, because 4J put so much love into that, right?
I've never played those versions, but what I've seen from videos and testimonies from fans, they say it's a really, really good versions.
It's dated somewhat, performance-wise mainly, and the fact that, like, it will never have all the same features. PS4 edition is basically, I guess, the definitive edition. It goes up to 1.14.
Oh yeah.
While still being Legacy Console, it still keeps everything. So what happened with
Oh,
that was
oh,
at
yeah,
the
it was
time
because-
Sony
yeah,
was
Sony
vehemently
didn't want
refusing
it.
crossplay.
Yeah. So 4J was forced to develop one last update.
Yeah.
That's
And
really
honestly,
funny.
part of me kind of wishes that they just never. Just
Sony never agreed
accepted
to it.
crossplay.
So that 4J could keep
So that we could just
developing.
have the ultimate legacy console continuing to go.
Yeah.
The
Clinging
effort
onto
I
life.
went through to get that working on my PS5, but it works and it runs buttery smooth.
That's awesome.
Like, Bedrock runs worse on PS5 than PS4 edition, and that's so funny to
Oh,
me.
I 100% believe that. 100%.
The loopholes you have to go through to get it working is a pain in the butt, because if you've basically bought in... Drop my phone. If you bought Minecraft through the store before, then you have to make a second account on the PS5 to go ahead and, like, transfer it over. Or not transfer it. You have to make another account on the PS5, boot the game from that one, well, like, deactivating the account that has it as, like, deactivating the PS5 from the main account that has it, and all that does is just, like, what's it?
I thought there was
Basically,
just a
it's,
button in Bedrock Edition to return
no,
to
there's
Legacy.
supposed to be. There's supposed to be. It's bugged out and doesn't show for a lot of people, and despite it showing as, like, a bug on the thing, I asked on Twitter, like, hey, this has been a bug for a while. It's a known one. When are you guys gonna do something about it? And then they went ahead and said on Twitter, despite the bug report still being listed as open, they have no intent on fixing that. There's no intention.
Why? What the hell?
Which is dumb, because that's not the game that people that bought Legacy Console paid for.
What the fuck?
There's no intent on them fixing
Man,
it. I
hate that.
I was about to say I could pull up the post on Twitter. I've deleted Twitter. I freed myself of that monstrosity. But
I still have my Twitter account, but I just don't use Twitter anymore.
I had to get rid of the Twitter account if I was going to stop using it. Because sometimes I just have enough free time on my hands that I would just use it anyway. But now if the phone's not on my app and if the account's gone, I can't be bothered to make a new one. If I ever, like, stumble across a Twitter link and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go through. Oh, I need to sign up. Wait, yeah, nah, never mind. I forced myself to cut cold turkey, and I feel like I've gotten actually mildly happier. Ah! My throat does not like that. I've been talking for... How long has the stream been going? It's been going 3 hours. I think this is a good place to end. We've more or less saved our trenches. I gotta do a little bit more draining. But we've basically gone ahead and saved the trenches. We've updated the world on our first update of the series. Honestly, I am quite happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot smoother than the other times I've, like, done this, because this time about it's just like, yeah, I updated because I felt like it. We did what we needed to in that one before. We got what we could. Well, let's go ahead and update. Could do it right then and there. I'm happy with it.
Now you have access to sniper rifles and spiders.
Sniper rifles, spiders, and stone that's actually not made of paper. Can I close that?
That's such a funny sentence.
Yeah? It's a sad sentence that it has to be said.
It's hilarious.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and back up this world before I go ahead and hit the end stream button, because frankly, I don't want to forget about doing this. Alright.
Oh, yes.
That was a wonderful stream. Thank you all for watching so much.
You're welcome.
The stream is gonna happen probably next Sunday once again. I know I've said that'll happen on either Saturdays or Sundays. Realistically, this is just feeling like a Sunday stream thing. I think the nice thing about this as well, I've never had, like, a proper survival world since I've played on PS3. And so, going ahead and just having this is nice, and also just pacing it that I'm only playing this on stream, and this is just like a once a week thing for now until some significant project comes up that I have to go ahead and make it like with the, say, Farlands
Farlands.
pilgrimage, that's gonna be the biggest thing that comes to mind of just streaming that at any given moment.
Yeah, the more frequent you do it, the better.
Yeah. But all things considering, like, this is... Pacing myself with this is definitely helping, I think. This is helping to keep me, like, engaged in the fact that it's a survival world. Getting on these calls while I do it as well just helps. Helps give me something to talk about. This is, to some extent, almost like a podcast vibe to me. Part of me wanted to do a podcast, but I just never got around to it. I feel like this also just fills that thing that I had wanted to do. While being a survival series, I'm very happy with this so far. And I hope you guys all are too. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Yeah? That's good to hear. I don't know how much content is actively being made on these old versions. I'm sure I'm one of, like, a dozen or so people. And that's an interesting feeling to have. Like, how long has it been since... What version was the first Minecraft video / stream on?
I think it was the very first one by Notch.
Like, was that a Notch video, or is it just, like, a guy?
There's a video by Notch showcasing the world generation.
So I'm talking, like, what was the first one done by just, like, a normal content creator, do you think?
I have no idea.
I guess it'd have to be one of the classics, right? Because that's when it got, like, released. I think pre-classics were just, like, to a few people for testing, right? And then some of those got leaked. Yeah. It's so strange to me. This is such, like, this is something I wanted to do, but now that I know that what I had done before was incomplete, and this is, like, every version that exists on the internet, everything that's been preserved through the hard work of so many people, I'm going to experience as much of that as I can, and that's such an interesting feeling, I guess.
It is a very unique position to be in. There's a lot of things that had to go right for this to be even a remote possibility. And the only reason you're playing this right now is that Mojang had the brilliant decision to provide old versions in the default launcher, which made people want to experience all the old versions, including the ones not listed on the launcher, which required people to have an archive of the old versions, which started being made around 2017. And from there starts the history of the Betacraft launcher, which in the Omni Archive.
And the fact that, like, technically speaking, these are Minecraft assets, a lot of companies very easily and very often will, like, kind of shut down the promotion of, like, prototype material.
Yeah.
But, like, Mojang, in their legal right, could say, yeah, no, you're distributing versions of the game that we're not distributing. You're not allowed to do that, but they haven't. And there's no way
because they know that's gonna hurt the game.
Somewhat aware. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they're aware. They have, and Mojang employees have directly contributed to the archive.
that's insane. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah. I think, like, I don't know, I think it was Dinnerbone or something that added like 3
Dinnerbone?
new versions. I think so. It was either Dinnerbone or Grum. I don't know. It was some guy that worked at Mojang.
One of the Upside Downers.
I think so, if I'm not mistaken.
Like, it's an effort on the community's part, and it's actively enabled by the developers, and that's so cool to me.
Yeah. I hope it never goes away.
Same.
And
Like,
then I hope
there's-
all the versions get found.
One day. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now. I will see you guys probably next Sunday with this. And I hope to actually get some streams done during the week this time. I promise I won't spend every ounce of free time on GTA. At least I'll try not to. Thank you all for watching.